Ladies and gentlemen, I hate endings, for this is a Fred the Alien Productions podcast.
Man.
Cue the music.
Yeah, I will.
I don't know what we're yelling about!
We came, we saw, we kicked its ass.
Wait a minute. Doc. Are you telling me you built a time machine? Kind of a DeLorean?
The way I see it, if you're gonna build a time machine into a car, why not do it some style?
Who is this? What's your operating number?
Boring conversation anyway.
Whoa, we're gonna have company! Loud noises!
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
I'm Kendall Richardson.
I'm a Fulya and Michael.
And I'm the man with don't look at the laundry from behind me. Michael is there. Is he wearing?
And
It's
you
laundry
announced
day
there's
every
a
day.
podcast called Fred.
Yes, experiencing it through the mediums of the interwebs. That's us. That's us on the internet. And very soon it's just going to be us. No kids. No more kids. No more under 16.
No children allowed.
Oh,
Yes.
no.
That's going to work.
Yes. Well, here we are. It's another week.
Yes.
Another show. Excited for this one. Lots to talk about. Let's get right down to brass tacks with the weekly watchings with the lovely Fulya. Take it away, Fulya.
Alrighty. So, not as much watchings this week. So,
Okay.
only two things. Two things that I've watched. Both anime related. One of them being an anime that I have been meaning to watch. It's been on my watch list on Crunchyroll. And it's based off a game. And it's called Persona 5 Animation. So if you've heard of Persona 5, the game, this is what the animation is based off. And it's actually, the story is actually really good. So essentially what happens is there's this student. He sort of takes on this kind of persona of a thief, essentially. And it's one of those things where it's you kind of take on this sort of identity, right? And then he got into some trouble. He got caught by the police and all that sort of stuff. So now he's trying to recount what happened to like the investigators and all that sort of thing. So there's like flashbacks. And he's a high school student, by the way. So, you know, potential for him to go to juvie and all that sort of stuff. And a lot of very sort of fantasy stuff is happening. But it actually follows the character Ren and a rebellious group of teenagers in Tokyo who form the Phantom Thieves of Hearts to rebel against the corruption and slavery in society. And the first one takes place at their high school that Ren gets transferred to because of all of the troubles he's been going through, sort of like lay low and all that sort of stuff. But the students, because he's, for whatever reason, he's the news of his, you know, shady past kind of comes to light by students. And of course, you know, high school students will always find a way to dig up the secrets of new people. And yeah, he ends up like, he's a very sort of quiet person. He keeps to himself, but ends up getting a bad name attached to him regardless. And so the first corruption that we have to, that he has to try and fix essentially, is a PE teacher that is not so great. He used to be an Olympian, but he's also a bit of a pedo.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right.
Especially with the high school girls. but he's, he coaches the volleyball teams, the male and female volleyball teams, and he abuses them like physically during trainings, like to the point where they've got bruises and they get hurt during trainings. Like he works them overtime.
If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
Pretty much, right? So, it was like, it's that kind of thing. But then Ren ends up going into this sort of alternate reality, and the alternate reality makes the school look like a castle. And apparently, this PE teacher thinks that this school is his castle, so he's the king of this castle. And he has to defeat him, and all that sort of stuff. So it's kind of like a dungeon run kind of thing. It's an RPG, by the way, the game. And yeah, it's kind of, this character is very creepy, but when you're the one who plays the protagonist here, which is Ren, you sort of take on this persona. There's this mask, and then you have like this power to have they call these personas, not the actual person, and they actually give you power to attack and all that sort of stuff. And it was really interesting. I played maybe less than 20 hours of the game, and that was essentially still the first dungeon, which is the PE teacher. I never saw the end of it. So I'm like, and this game is huge. It's like an over 100-hour game, close to 200-hour game. I'm like, I'm not sinking that much hours into a game. No, thank you. But I decided to watch Persona 5, and I managed to get past that. So now I know what happens to the PE teacher, obviously. And then it sort of continues on. And then, he actually ends up recruiting more and more students, more and more people to his group. And it's really fun. Lot of sort of conspiracy theory, supernatural sort of stuff that happens in this anime. And I'm really enjoying it. I haven't gone through too much of it, but I think I'm about just under 10 episodes in. So it's actually pretty cool. But then the last thing I want to mention that I actually ended up watching, and it's the one thing that's been on my watch list, on my mind to watch since I reinstated my Netflix. I finally sat down to watch K-pop Demon Hunters.
Nice.
I will say, great movie. The music is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
However, the hype for me got so it was like so overhyped for me.
Right.
And the fact that we work at JB Hi-Fi, the album got played a lot at work.
Okay, we haven't played it.
So essentially the music got spoilt for me. And because of that, I still enjoyed the movie, but I didn't feel the same hype for the movie after it had finished. So, yeah, like, I'm not disappointed by what the movie is. I really enjoyed the story. The characters are really cool. I love the art style of the movie itself, with the animation and all that sort of thing. The characters are cool. But I don't have the way that I came out of it. I didn't have the same, oh my God, I need to rewatch this again. I love it. So I don't have that. Right.
Okay.
I'm not like, I don't have that same excited feeling that everybody else probably did when they first watched it, and they were raving about it. Which is a bit unfortunate for me because I've been really looking forward to watching it, but because the music is so integral to the movie, and I heard it beforehand, and then coming into it, watching the movie in context with the songs, made sense. But then I was like, okay, well, I've already heard these songs before, but now I know where it sits throughout the film. And that was it for me. I like it, and that's as far as I'll go. I liked it. And the music's still really cool. And I have listened to the album after the fact a couple times because the music's actually really good. I like the songs. They're really sort of head boppy and all that. So it's very, it's really good. But I'm just sad that I couldn't have that same feeling coming out of it like everybody else did when they first watched it. That's all.
No, fair enough. Fair enough. Sometimes things just get too hyped up, and and it just the effects don't work. So,
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm glad you enjoyed it for what it was.
Yeah,
by the
I
sounds of
did.
it. It's good. I still
Yeah.
haven't watched it, so
Oh, you need to
And
watch
it's still
it.
good.
You need to watch it.
I
soon.
will temper my hype meter.
Oh, it's
Yes,
so good. It's so
yeah.
good. You should watch it.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna watch it.
Oh my god.
Okay, all right, see ya. Bye. I'm going
Watch
now.
it. Watch it. Change my life. Change my life forever.
Change my life, okay?
Yeah.
Change my life,
The one thing I will say is that the whole will they won't they kind of scenario in the movie was just a bit okay, I get it, it's a kids movie, it's a family movie, so I get it, but it was a bit
Did you
weird.
want them to pash?
Kind of, yeah.
Get on with it.
I'm a big romantic. What do you want me to say?
I want to see some sloppies.
Well, not that much, no. But if you're a fan of K-pop music, then you'll definitely enjoy this. Absolutely. It's actually really good.
Cool.
Even if you're not.
True. Even if you're not, you'll still get something out of it.
Yeah, it sounds like
Yeah.
it's like a cool, like universal story with a K-pop skin on it, basically.
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah.
That's good.
Cool. Excellent.
And
Well,
yes,
thanks
you
for
will
sharing.
swoon over the Saya boys.
Speak
As
for yourself.
everybody does whenever they see a boy band coming out of Korea.
Yes,
Everyone?
it happens.
Yeah, everyone. But that's all I've been watching.
Great. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. Mike, what have you been watching this week, and was it strange?
It was strange, but I'll get to that later.
Okay.
It was.
I was going to say
strange.
I have a
Yes.
question for you two when we get to that point.
Yes, okay,
Sure thing.
great. Fabulous.
Yeah, I've actually started writing things down so I don't friggin' forget. Well, the first thing that I want to talk about, and the other things we could probably talk about it together, because I assume you've probably seen them all. Last week, me and the wife celebrated our anniversary. It was.
Yay!
It's the big 10, the big decade. The big.
Hey, congratulations!
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
awesome.
And as such, we didn't want anything like big or special. So we decided, we'll give the kids to the grandparents, and then we did a day trip to Sydney. We did a full 24-hour trip to Sydney. Yeah, so we got up at 4, got on one of the first planes over there, and looked around. We went to a new chicken wing shop that's in King's Cross, like the first of its kind in Australia. It's like a chain that came over from, I can't remember the name, but oh my god, it was so good.
Nice.
Such good wings, and it was melt in the mouth. And like my wife was going, there's only like 2 dips. It was only ranch or blue cheese, so we got both. And it's like, well, you didn't really need anything else because the marinade that we chose, honey, spicy honey, and what was the other one? I think it's like a Korean barbecue sort of thing. And we had some corn on the cob grill, some chips, and that's all we needed. And it was nice. It was so nice. I highly recommend it if I could remember the name, but I can't remember. Anyway, having said that, we went over to the Star because the Lyric Theatre was there, and they were showing a particular musical that we saw, and we saw Back to the Future.
Woo!
Yeah.
How was it?
It was good. It was so good.
Yeah.
I was in my element, and I'm not that fan of music theater. It's like, oh, I gotta go see like whatever, but it was great for a musical that's been adapted from a movie, and interesting choices on how they adapt it. I do applaud the sort of music choices that they had because it's set in the 80s at the start. Well, you know the story, but in the 80s, all the music, all the sort of musical elements that they implemented was like 80s style sort of music from musicals. And when they went to the 50s, everything was doo-wop. Everything was like music of the time, and I thought, oh,
that's
clever.
clever.
That's awesome.
That's
Yeah, I
so
like
That's
that.
really clever.
I would recommend like listening to the album as well.
The soundtrack.
Yeah, soundtrack album was great, and I did applaud because the guy that plays Doc, he also does the he did the first outing over in the West End, and he also did Broadway as well.
Yeah, is it Roger Bart?
Yeah.
Is that his name? Yeah.
Roger Bart. And in case you don't know, Roger Bart is like part of musical tradition, like for almost forever, since like the 90s and a little bit of the 80s as well. And I was explaining it to my wife, and it's like, oh, where do I know him from? It's like, well, have you seen Disney Hercules? It's like, no, I haven't seen it. It's, well, he does he sings for Hercules. He's the one that sings, I will find my way. He's that guy. Yeah.
I Can Go the Distance.
I Can Go the Distance. I can't remember the name.
I didn't realize it was him singing.
Yeah, that was him. He was also
cool.
he's also in the Producers, like the original Producers musical. He unfortunately it wasn't that popular, but it didn't come over to Australia. But he did Young Frankenstein as well. He played Frankenstein. That was great. So unfortunately, didn't get to see that, and I've been meaning to watch like a bootleg copy because I love that film, and I wanted to listen to it. But yeah, he was in that, and I was trying to explain to my wife. I was like, "Where do I know him from?" It's like, well, once I say it, you will get it. He was in Hostel 2. Oh yeah, which one did he play?
He was.
He's the one that lost his penis.
Yeah. Yeah. Every time I think of Roger Bart, my brain immediately goes to Hostel 2. Immediately. Far out. I'm glad I'm not the only one. Yeah.
Well,
he's had a
very a very
versatile career.
Yeah. So that was him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really, really enjoyed it. Yeah, I would recommend it, but I think it's not going to be around for too long. And I think they cancelled the touring show. So
yeah, I'm sad it's not coming to Melbourne anymore.
Yeah,
I'm really sad because I totally would have gone. Yeah.
Devil's Advocate, I kind of get it. Because they do like all the music from the movie as well. Like it was great when they were doing the Enchantment Under the Sea dance. They do Earth Angel, and then they do Johnny Be Good, and everyone knows that. Everyone knows those songs. The other songs weren't really that. I wouldn't say good, but they're not that memorable, unfortunately.
Right.
Like there's only one or two that I can actually remember, but they're sort of like flash in the pan, sort of good ones. Yeah, but I will say I was really into it, and yeah, when Lorraine and George kissed for the first time, I did shed a little tear. It was kind of beautiful because you actually followed the journey with them, and it was beautiful. So that was it, and then we went back home, and then unfortunately our planes got delayed because it was raining a lot. It was like monsoon season, even though it's November. What the hell? And it's raining right now. Yeah. Otherwise, I've watched other things, but the other big things I watched Welcome to Derry. I love what they're doing. I'm loving the reference to Dr. Sleep as well, because I know you've seen that movie, and what is in Dick Halloran's box?
What's in the box?
What's in the box? I love that.
What's in the box?
Kids will be kids, and I did clock on as like, this is not Mike. When he said he only comes out at night and he sleeps during the day. Bullshit. You're Pennywise, aren't you?
Yeah. I fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. I was like, "Oh my god, Maddie's alive! Maddie's alive!" And then because we've never seen Pennywise do something like that before, where he's like pretended to be a real person for like that long, and he convinced the kids like.
Old Lady Kirsch in the second movie.
I mean, I guess.
Speaking of which, we that's her. I knew not to trust her. I don't trust you. And and I was wrong about the theory of Phil being alive. So there you go.
Yeah, I was sad to see that.
I was like, oh, I was wrong. Oh well. Still, what an entrance.
Onto the next theory.
No one's going to survive this.
No.
Latest episode of Mighty Nine. I love the fact that they're changing it up like a wee bit, and things that have been established, we don't know until a very long time in the campaign. But that's what D&D is. It's sort of a slow burn when it comes to the campaign. But I love the fact that they're streamlining it, and it's going good. I love the fact that they're still shitting on Ford. It's it's great. Like doing his Eldritch Blast and just one brick falls. That's great. So we talk about the Stranger Things.
Let's talk about the Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Wow.
Interesting. It is interesting. Have you seen all 4?
I've seen all 4.
This is the ending of it, isn't it?
This is the beginning of the end.
The beginning,
as in like of part 1.
This is part 1 of the last season. Yeah.
And you guys have just finished it.
We finished part 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
My question for you two.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard a lot about the way it ended and how gruesome it was. Did you guys expect it to be that bad? Or how did you feel when you saw it all come to fruition?
I mean, it's always kind of been a gruesome show in a lot of ways, and this season's definitely stepped it up a bit. Demogorgon just, stepping on people's heads and they go smush immediately. I'm like, okay.
It jumped so high in the air and terminal
smush.
velocity just went. That's how physics work.
But like, no, in terms of just, I don't know, the way it all kind of came together and there was just some really good twists and turns and I mean, are we spoiling it, Mike? Should we spoil?
I don't know. Are we spoiling it for Fulya? Even though she's going to
Well, it's probably not.
Am I really going to watch this?
I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe it's cool, but yeah.
The choices are a bit weird, and I thought because after the season 4, stakes were really high. Like the ground has opened up, and and stakes back to zero because we figuratively and metaphorically covered them over, so we don't have to worry about the cracks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, okay, I suppose. I've seen this before so many times. It's like, is this when people are going to find out? No. Yeah, no. So I'm expecting it. I do have theories of the official ending, how it's pretty much going to be everything is bit like everything was a dream. No, everything. I still think timeline. I still think time travel is going to be part of it. I think we're going to be focusing more on going back to the 50s and rewriting history, and then all of a sudden, all these characters that have lived through this still have their memories, but they still have to live life. Basically, I think that's probably going to be the ultimate ending of Stranger Things. It's like, I've been through Stranger Things. I think that's probably going to be the last line. It's like, I've seen Stranger Things.
Stranger things have happened.
Yeah. So it's a weird watch for me, because I'm expecting more, but it's not giving me much. At least Mike has got something to do at last, and my For You page on TikTok is like, everyone's going. You know the shippers going nuts.
Oh mate, I went after I finished it. I went onto Tumblr because of course I did.
Yep.
And I just wanted to see people's reactions to the show, and literally almost every post is just Byler. Byler's canon. Byler is canon. I'm like, guys, calm down. It is not canon. I don't see. They're just seeing what they want. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Ship and let ship. If that's what you see, then that's great. I write fan fiction about Sauron and Galadriel getting together. So let's just cool our jets. It's fine. But I don't see how that ending of this episode means that Mike loves Will. I don't see that. Will loves Mike, I think, but the point of the whole thing was to put Will and Robin together so Will could understand his own sexuality and the reason he feels what he feels for Mike, not because him and Mike are supposed to be together, but because Will is supposed to A, come into his own as a gay man, and B, become a fucking sorcerer. So get off your fucking Byler soapbox and rant.
But there's a counter to that, because the Robin speech is really meant for Mike and his feelings towards 11. How this is only fleeting, and he only likes her because of her superpowers, and now Will has superpowers.
Now,
so
superpowers, and
I've seen a shitload of edits of Mike looking at Will in that final bit of I can die in your arms tonight. Yeah.
I mean, hey, if that's what the show is leading towards, then let the gays have a day. Like, I'm all for it. But it's not it.
But remember, it is quote unquote an 80s film. So bury your gays is still a thing.
Bury your gays is a thing in this time. And that doesn't look. We've said that. I don't want them to bury any gays. You know, as a queer person myself, I do not want that. However, I feel like this show is ending with Will's death. Will is going to make the sacrifice play to kill Vecna at the end. That is how I see it.
Speaking of which, stop doing the fake out of Hopper dying.
Oh my god, that pissed me off so much. I was looking at the TV going, are you fucking kidding me? Are we doing this again?
Yeah, they're doing this again, and even I twigged. It's like, Vecna's not fucking in that room.
Yeah,
It's
no
fucking
way.
Vecna.
Yeah.
Why? How is the military
How did they trap him?
trap him? Why are you being so stupid,
Oh,
Hopper?
Yeah, there was,
Why are you being so stupid?
yeah,
Stop it.
there was definitely a lot of character moments of dumbness. Like the one other thing that really pissed me off too was at the end of episode 2. They're trying to make it this big reveal about who Mr. Whatsit is. I'm like, it's obviously Vecna. Why are you trying to now say at the end of this episode with the swelling music and the reveal of Henry? I'm like, it was so obviously him. I'm like, come on, Duffer Brothers, you can do better than this.
Well, I have to admit, I applaud them for bringing back 8 because I
Yes,
think
same.
I think that
agree.
was a big fuck you to everyone of not liking that
Yeah,
episode.
hell yeah.
It's canon.
Shove it up
it's
your
canon.
ass.
Even
It's
I said it
canon.
was canon.
Yeah.
Even I said it's part of it, so you have to watch it.
Yeah.
And lucky I did because now I can say 8's in there. If Vecna's not in there, it's someone who has powers. Who else has
Who else has powers?
anti powers? It's 8.
Yeah.
They found 8. So
8. Yeah.
and also because of my algorithm, I know the actress was actually at the red carpet, so that sort of gives it away. And so was Barb.
Okay, that tweaked it.
So yeah,
Yeah, she was, but they're saying she's not coming back at all because she's a rotting corpse now. So it's.
well,
not
they said
happening.
that about Eddie too, but people are still dying for hope for Eddie to come back.
Look, I would love Eddie to come back. He's not coming back. However, I will say I love what they're doing with Dustin. Kind of, he's still mourning his friend. So Eddie very much is a looming presence in the show, especially for Dustin early on, like with the whole hellfire thing and everything.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that. But Eddie's not coming back. Eddie's
I don't
dead.
like them. I don't like Steve and Dustin fighting because I know. If you continue that, one of them's going to die. And speaking of which, Jonathan is going to die because he's going to propose to Nancy. So,
Yeah.
stop it. I
Oh,
see.
it's so much. There's so much.
I
going
see
on.
the tropes. I get it. It's a big TV show of tropes because it's fucking 80 nostalgia. Secondhand smoke,
nostalgia.
80s nostalgia.
Yeah.
The
I did like the twist with Max being inside the
yeah.
memories, Henry's memories or whatever, and being able to protect Holly.
Yeah.
That was cool. Yeah.
Her soul
like
is
that
trapped in Vecna's memories.
Yeah. That's why she can't.
Unfortunately,
And she almost got out. Oh, and then the tape player stopped.
she didn't run up that hill.
She did not run up that hill a second time.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, overall, it's all right, I guess.
I think it's really good. I'm really like it's definitely not perfect. Stranger Things has never been perfect except for maybe the first season. The first season is very good.
And should have stopped. Yeah,
but
we've all said.
It could have been a one and done if it wasn't so massively popular. It probably could have lived as a one and done. But no, I think this is a great beginning to the end. I love how this whole, when you're watching a series finale of a season finale of a show, and you know that it is because the stakes are so much higher, there's so much tension, there's so much suspense, and there's so much happening, you're like, fuck, you can really feel the importance of this episode. That's how all this feels. It feels like just one big, it's a series, it's the end. Like so it all kind of has that like really cool feeling, and I love watching high stakes shit like this. So it's working for me a lot. And I was really emotional at the end with the Will stuff. Like, fuck whatever, but ship who you want to ship, it's fine. But for my money, when I was watching it and they were showing the Mike and Will, footage of them as kids and then revealing Will using his powers and blah blah blah, like that was great. It was really well done. Yeah, but people maybe need to calm down. Is all I'll say.
I was sort of choking up because I didn't expect them to go after the Wheelers.
Oh god, yeah. Fuck, that was brutal too. Poor Karen. She just keeps getting put through the ringer. I thought she was done.
Yeah,
I
so
thought
was
I
I.
thought she was I thought she was dead. I'm like, and we haven't
I
even
w-
gone back to see if the dad's okay. He's in an induced coma apparently. But all right.
put him put him on ice. We don't really. He's a background character basically.
He is a background character. He's Kyle MacLachlan from Timu. That's what he reminds me of. Anyway.
Yeah,
Anyway.
but
Yeah.
but you know, when mum's half cut and someone's attacking her little girl, go after.
Yeah. It was
One
a
by
very
one more.
get away from her, you bitch moment. But you know, it ended a lot worse for Karen than it did for Ripley. So
Yeah,
yeah. Oh.
you can duffers. You do know you can kill off people.
Yeah, they haven't really killed anyone off yet.
No,
So
they just set people up for particular seasons and then kill them off. So, dipshit Derek.
Yeah.
I don't think you're going to last.
he's not long for this world.
But I do like his character.
I came around on him. I didn't like him being a bit of a bully, and then the way he kind of agreed to, you know, be a part of the plan, and then him leading the plan and getting the kids to go to their happy place as he like bonked them all on the head and told them to go into the bathroom. Yeah, it was pretty good. I do like him. Yeah.
Sometimes you need a dick. Sometimes you need an asshole character.
Sometimes you do. And Steve's not the asshole anymore. He hasn't been for a while, so yeah.
No, with good hair.
Yeah. Steve with good hair. Steve the Hair Harrington. Cool. Do you have anything else you want to mention, Mike, or shall I take it away with my watchings?
Yeah, that was it really.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, new South Park, new Beavis and Butthead, new Smiling Friends, and the Chair Company as well. I haven't seen that one yet. Oh, I'm gonna have 2 this week. Yay!
Yay. Yes. Yes. So Stranger Things was great. I enjoyed it a lot. And I'm excited for where it's going. The Mighty Nine I also watched. Really good to see the team working together and actually by the end of the episode being given their name of the Mighty Nine. And one of my friends that I've been watching it with, she said that apparently, and Mike, you'll probably attest to this because you've seen it in the Critical Role form. Apparently, the name came from because they kept rolling nines, so that's why they called themselves the Mighty Nine.
Yeah, and every time it does, the audience goes 9.
Nine.
That's an inside joke.
But then I just thought it was because Caleb says 9 because he speaks fake German. Fantasy German. Fantasy German. But no, it was really cool to see them all working together to break out of jail and then use their power, all their collective abilities and powers, whatnot, to try and save the young girl who was controlling the frog at the beginning, and then I also found out that she actually survived in the original campaign. And spoilers, she doesn't here. So that was a cool change. Interesting change. So
Child death.
Yeah.
It's always a good change.
Very sad. Yes, great. What a great change. Let's kill children. Speaking of killing children. Speaking of killing children, no, I won't. I don't want to segue to it yet, just yet. Just because I really liked the end of this week's episode and how it shows that they're all more connected to each other than they thought and stuff, and this all the mysteries of Caleb are starting to come to light, and then whatever else is going on. So, yeah, so it's a really good story so far. I really like it. But yes, dead children. Welcome to Derry was great, as we've already sort of touched on, but I just wanted to add that I really am just loving that the parents are getting involved and and everyone kind of came together in this episode, which kind of feels very fitting for the first time we actually see Pennywise in the show. is the same episode that the kids and the adults are sort of converging in the same place. Definitely worry about Dick Halloran. Of course, he's going to make it out alive of this because we know he lives past this moment. But that was creepy as shit. And yeah, just lots of violence and lots of dead children. It's a great show. No, I love it. It's awesome. It is. But I feel so bad for fucking Leroy shooting his buddy. Fuck, that sucked.
I said, I can't remember if it was last week or one of the weeks when I was talking about how his ability of not having fear could be a disadvantage, and I couldn't fathom how that would be. That was it.
Yeah, that was it. The fact that he was willing to kill those kids, even though they were the real kids, and then he ended up accidentally shooting his friend who kind of gave his life to keep the kids alive, which is wow.
Yeah, but that's all right. He's a ghost now.
Yeah,
and only Dick can talk to him. So, hello, Dr. Sleep.
Yeah. So that's good stuff. And then the other two things I just wanted to mention quickly that I also watched this week. Mike, have you watched any more of Pluribus yet? I'm guessing you haven't had time.
No.
Oh, you need. Please keep going. I need someone to talk to about it with.
Okay.
I mean, in your own time, of course, in your own time. But it's really good.
It was a Stranger Thing this week, so
it was a Stranger Thing. This week. It's a bit hard when Stranger Things drops 4 episodes and all but one of them are nearly movie length episodes, so it's a bit hard to kind of.
And I can only watch it on TV because my new phone doesn't have can't do the Netflix because it's an old phone and you need to upgrade to the fucker. Anyway.
Lame.
So, and I have to watch it when the kids aren't all around because the Demogorgon's a bit scary.
Because of spooky things, yes. Very fair. But yes, Pluribus is great. It's I can't say anything without spoiling it really, but they did something really interesting in this week's episode that kind of turned the tables in a way I didn't expect it to, and then at the end of the episode there was a reveal that we don't actually know what the reveal is because they did it in a very cliffhangery way, but you see Carol reacting to something off screen. She's looking at something, she's found something, and she like reacts really poorly, and it's like, oh, something fucked up just happened. Now I have to wait another week to find out.
There's
and then they just did
butter in the Vegemite jar. Someone didn't clean their knife.
Yeah. And then they just did this moment that just tickled me beyond all repair. I was just watching this scene unfold, and I was just sitting there laughing. So I'm like, this is fucking great. So I highly recommend Pluribus. It's giving me a lot of joy.
Okay.
And it's a really good story. So definitely check it out. And then the last
5
thing,
episodes, I think.
Yeah, they just had episode 5 this week, and they changed it to Wednesday. So I don't know if it's dropping every Wednesday now, but it was coming out on Fridays, and now the episode 5 came out on Wednesday instead of Friday because I think it is gaining in popularity. So I think they're moving it to a better. Wednesday's the better day than the Friday, apparently, in American television. So apparently, yeah, Fridays used to be known as the day shows went to die in programming speak back in the day. So.
Oh yeah, because people are getting home and they can't do jack shit. Okay.
Yeah.
So I got 4 episodes to catch up on. Like Stranger Things.
Yes.
It's going to be
like
Pluribus week.
Pluribus week. Do it.
Pluribus.
Yes, I just wanted to
Plumbus.
quickly mention one last thing. I finally got to sit down and watch the F1 movie. Which I wish I had seen at the cinema.
I really want to see that.
Oh, Fully, it's great. You're gonna love it. Love it. It's like a real life episode of Drive to Survive. It's just so immersive and so clever what they've done. Like,
Yeah.
they create a fictional team, and Brad Pitt's playing this fictional dude, and but they immerse them in the world of F1, and like they're actually going to all the real life tracks, and you're seeing people like Lewis Hamilton and Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri and
Max Verstappen.
Max Verstappen. Everybody's there. You see everybody. Like, it was great. One point, Oscar's standing next to Brad Pitt while one of the anthems is playing before the race, and I was like, fucking that boy next to Brad Pitt. So yeah, it was really good. The cinematography, dude, incredible.
Oh,
It's great. If they don't get nominated for an Oscar, I will riot because it looks so cool. They've done a really great job. There's definitely, it's funny though, because like I keep saying to people, I'm become more immersed myself in the world of F1, and I've been watching a lot of the races this year.
Yeah.
And I could like pick certain things. I'm like, oh, that wouldn't happen. Like, there's definitely some Hollywood touches going on to the story. So like things that they try and do in the race to and I'm like, that wouldn't happen in real life. So that's pretty funny. But the rest of it's pretty, authentic, and like they actually went to certain F1 teams, their like home bases, and made it all look like it was the one team. But then we watched the behind the scenes, and we could like, this is at McLaren, this is at Mercedes, this is at Williams, this is like, and I'm like, this is it's great. Like, they had full cooperation from the FIA and from F1, and
that's so cool.
Yeah, so yeah, you got to watch it. I think you really like it. It was a good movie. Like, it was well made. It was long, but it didn't feel too long. And it just looks incredible. So
is it just the rivalry within that fictional team, like the two drivers? Yeah,
correct. There's no acting really done by the real drivers. They do have some setups scenes with like some of the team principals in like press conferences and stuff. Between like the real team principals. But apart from that, it's just the rivalry between the rookie driver on this fictional team and Brad Pitt's character, who's the veteran who's come back to F1 after a long break, and blah blah blah. And Javier Bardem plays the team principal, or the CEO. No, he's not the team principal. He's the CEO of the company that's like backing this team. And he's great in it too. He's a lot of fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so highly recommend if you want a good popcorn movie that's got a decent enough story and some great great use of practical effects over visual. Like, wow, like I didn't realize so much of it is in camera work that they've done. Like, they've all it's really well made. So yeah.
Where'd you watch it?
Oh, we ended up buying it on 4K.
Okay.
All the sales on at work.
Yeah, makes sense.
And the boyfriend has a 75-inch TCL, so
take advantage of that. Yes.
Yeah, it looked really big and it sounded really good. So
I feel like I'm going to end up having to do that too, because I really want to watch it.
Yeah, it looks great. It's coming. Otherwise, it's coming to streaming on Apple TV Plus on the 12th.
Because it was by them, wasn't it? That filmed it.
Yes, it's an Apple film.
Yeah. Okay.
And you can
DVD. It is.
You can see the money they put on the screen.
Yeah.
So yeah, I really liked it a lot. I thought it was cool.
Good thing I'm at work tomorrow.
Hey. All right, let's get to it in the rest of the show. We've got a lot of show to get through, so let's start with the nerdy news. Let's go.
This is the news in nerdy news. The nerds that talk about the nerdy news. That is us who talk about the news that is nerdy. And now the queen of nerdydom, the hostess with mostest, Kendall Richardson. Take it away, Kendall.
All right, nerdy news time, and let's start with some casting news. Got a few casting announcements this week, starting with Shrek 5. We now know who's going to play the sons of Shrek and Fiona. Um, so I don't know who's playing who, but we have Skylar Gisondo, who most recently played Jimmy Olsen in Superman. Uh, and also we have Marcelo Hernandez from Saturday Night Live. They will be playing Fergus and Farkle.
Yes.
Yes. Um, of course, it was already announced a while ago that Zendaya is going to be playing Felicia, completing the triplet set. Um, so yeah, great casting choices. I love Marcelo. He's probably one of my favorite players on SNL at the moment. He's absolutely hysterical. He was also in Happy Gilmore 2 in a small role that was actually pretty scene stealing, if you ask me. He's a very funny kid. I like him a lot, so he's a great choice. And I've been following Skylar Gazondo's career for bloody years. I can't even remember the first thing I saw him in, but he's been in so much stuff, and he's just got great comedic timing. And like we've talked about, I'm excited to see his Jimmy Olsen series that he's getting. But yeah, getting to hear him in Shrek 5 will be pretty cool. So yeah, I think this is great. Great casting choice, but we do have to wait until 2027 to hear everything come to fruition. Fully, are you excited by this casting news? What do you reckon?
Look, I not really sort of know too much about Skylar and Marcello, and mostly like from their Skylar from obviously from Superman is probably the only thing I've probably seen him in. Um, I'm happy to see we're getting some fresh faces as well, or well voices more so. So it'd be really cool. It's gonna be weird seeing the Shrek, the ogre kids older.
Hmm.
They're not babies
Yeah.
anymore. We don't get that in between at all. It's like they went from being toddlers to just being, all right, we're teenagers now. It's like 1-2 skip a few years. um but yeah, look, it's really cool casting. I'm still a bit weary about this movie and how good it's going to be, to be honest. But it is what it is. It is a franchise that makes a lot of money, especially with the kids and when it comes to merch. So I don't, I guess that they're just gonna keep going with it until they can, until it, their well one runs dry when it comes to stories. We'll see how it goes. I just need a trailer now. The only thing that there is a little promo teaser
Yeah.
that I haven't really watched. I've just sort of seen it kind of play out without sound on the IMDb page, but that's about it. But yeah, we'll see. I just need a trailer now.
Yeah, a trailer will be cool, but yes, we could probably another 6 months off,
Yeah.
perhaps. Probably Comic-Con next year. San
I
Diego
would say
Comic-Con
so.
might be the first time we'll see something footage-wise, like a teaser. But yeah, no, I can't wait to see a trailer as well. Thank you, Fulia. Mike, what do you make of this Shrek 5 news?
I think people were a bit concerned because from the teaser, people were a bit worried that what about the other two? There's Zendaya, so therefore it's probably going to be focusing more on her and the relationship with her and Shrek. So it's going to be a father-daughter dynamic. So I'll be happy. So that's if they do it right. I don't know. Yeah. So these other two, they look. I'm having a look. They look very similar. It's weird. Americans all look the same.
They do look like they could play brothers in a live action film. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm fine with this. The original team are coming back. Got some new people. Yeah, I'm just waiting on for the story. What's it going to be? And how many subtle digs of Disney can they put in because that's essentially what this franchise is. It's making fun of Disney. So
Yeah.
there's a lot to make fun of. So and deserved too. I hate feminists. Anyway, back to you,
next.
Kendall.
Thank you very much. Next in the news, keeping it in the comedy realm, we're getting a Rush Hour 4. Finally, it's actually happening. It's been kind of rumored and speculated on for a while. You know, the series is quite popular. But then, you know, almost 10 years ago now, but a while, before COVID, the series director Brett Ratner, unfortunately, came under some fire for doing some not so great things. However, he's coming back apparently to direct this, so I'm a little bit on that. I don't know how that's gonna go. And then I'm also a bit on the entire thing because the whole reason this is happening is because Donald Trump wants it to happen, and I don't think he should have so much control over things like this. But he is apparently buddies with the dude who runs Paramount, so.
But we don't talk about politics here, do we?
No, I brought politics up. I'm sorry.
It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to bring it out. It's kind of hard to.
It's getting harder to. It's like AI from the real thing. It's getting harder to get your politics out of your creativity these days. Yeah. Look, and if this is the only if this is like the best thing that his presidency will ever bring, then I guess I'll take it. I mean, I'm a fan of the Rush Hour movies. They're really funny. Chris Tucker's hilarious. Jackie Chan's great. He's a legend. So it'll be really good to see the two of them back together. But as to what the movie's going to look like and how involved President Trump's going to be, who knows? Or what Brett Ratner's doing, I don't know. But yeah, it's all a bit icky. But at the same time, I'm kind of excited. So I'm very conflicted about this one. Very conflicted, but hopefully it's happening. So we've just got to let it happen and hope for the best. Fulya, are you a fan of the Rush Hour movies? Does this excite you at all?
I think I know I 100% watched number 1, and I'm pretty sure I've seen number 2.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've seen number 3. I think that's the one I've missed.
Number 3 is good.
Yeah. So I do love a good sort of Rush Hour film, like Jackie Chan, Chris Tucker. They do a great job. It's always a laugh with those two, and the action to comedy factors balanced really well in those films.
Mm-hmm.
I know my dad loves the Rush Hour films, so he gets a good laugh out of those as well. Yeah, I feel like I need to watch number 3 to understand what's going to happen in terms of what number 4 will be, and if it's going to be a continuation of a story. I don't know.
I mean, I don't think you need to watch number 3. I mean, I'm pretty sure they mention I'm pretty sure the adult version of the kid that's kidnapped in number 1 is in number 3.
Oh, okay.
From memory.
Yeah.
Played by a different actress. And they go to Paris, and there's, funny jokes all the way through. But I don't remember much else about it. So, and like between 1 and 2, you didn't really need to watch 2 without 1 sort of thing. Like it helps the experience, but like
it does.
I watched back in the day. I saw number 2 before I saw number 1. So. And so I watched it, and I liked number 2, and then I went back and watched number 1. And I was like, oh, now I get that reference and that reference. So they kind of reference each other, but I don't think it's like essential viewing.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Yeah,
that's fair. Look, like I probably will watch it at some point. But then again, like I probably said that about number 3, and then it didn't happen. So who knows? Who knows? Maybe the trailer will sway me differently. So we'll see.
Maybe it will.
Yeah.
All right, Mike. Do I dare ask you for your thoughts on this topic? Because I'm gonna give you free reign to talk about politics for a couple of minutes if you want. But up to you, my friend. Up to you.
If what you said was 10% of the iceberg, I'm the rest of the fucking berg.
Yep.
Yeah, you said what you said. I can only add that Chris Tucker also went to the comedy festival in Saudi Arabia. So
Oh, no, Chris.
as well
No, Chris. Why did you do that, Chris?
for
do that.
money.
I know they've got lots of money, but not at the expense of your soul, Chris. No.
But it's money.
Fuck. Okay, I didn't know that. Okay.
Well, you
All
do
right.
now.
I do now.
And now you're in the same position
fuck.
that I have with Bill Burr.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
What can you do? Because Jackie Chan is in his 70s now.
Yeah. You can't do much with Jackie. Yes and no.
So essentially it's like, I want the same thing, but they're old now. They can't do what they did
That'll be
20
the
plus years
jokes.
ago.
It'll literally be Lethal Weapon, except the Rush Hour version. I'm too old for this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he said that in the first one, so
He did. Shit.
So no one's winning at this. No one's probably going to watch it, except really old people who says, don't have politics in movies. It's like, this whole thing is political. And Brett and Rapner can suck a dick. Anyway, back to you.
Yeah. Back to me for some better news, because now we're going to switch things up and talk about Mike Flanagan's upcoming Exorcist film that he's making for Blumhouse. We now have a lead. He's doing a lot. Man is just on fire and winning constantly, and just we love to see it. He's great talent. Yeah, he's making.
And if he does anything crook, I fully
don't
disendorse him. So I just want to make that perfectly clear.
It was bad enough. We had J.K. Rowling, Joss Whedon, Neil Gaiman. We do not need to add Mike Flanagan. We are not manifesting Mike Flanagan. My God.
Well, at least Polanski
anyway.
will be. Oh, never mind. We still have Polanski.
Anyway, I'm excited about this because, yes, just to see Mike Flanagan's take on The Exorcist is going to be really cool. But Scarlett Johansson's going to be the lead in the movie. They haven't said who she's playing, what kind of character, if she's, donning some kind of cloth and shouting the power of Christ compels you, or if she's playing sort of the Ellen Burstyn character and being more of the mum of whoever's getting possessed by good old Pazuzu.
You can't have a woman priest.
That'd be great if it was. The movie isn't a remake of William Friedkin's 1973 classic. It is set in the same universe, though. It is also not going to be a sequel to Exorcist Believer, so we can forget about that. That's not... that movie apparently was supposed to set up a whole trilogy, and then it didn't do very well. I still haven't watched it, but I would like to see it, just to see if it's any good, or if there was any potential. But apparently they're not moving forward with that franchise, so now they brought in the Flanaman to do this take on it. So and yeah, ScarJo is great. She hasn't done a lot of horror. I mean, she did Eight-Legged Freaks when she was a teenager. That's more of a comedy horror, I guess. But she hasn't really done horror, so I'm curious to see what she brings to the film, and I just can't wait to watch it. So, Mike, what are your thoughts on this? Are you interested and excited to see this?
Oh, we're skipping fully. Never mind.
We're no, sorry, Fulya. Tell us your thoughts, Fulya. No, I'm joking.
Anyway, there's so there's a lot of bites of the apple with The Exorcist, and they've been trying to get something. So I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm interested or not. Sorry, Mike, but I'm not too sure about this one. I mean, if it's in the same universe, and it's still Suzuzu. So there you go. Same demon, different time, place, and
Yeah.
anyway. Yeah, he's been busy. He's been busy because he's finishing up that Carrie TV show that's going to come out soon. Yeah, he's been trying to do the Dark Tower as well. So he's a big Stephen King nerd. And I mentioned before Doctor Sleep as well. So, and he's also doing Clayface. What the hell? He's got fingers in all the pies. Yeah. I'm not too. I don't know. I'm probably going to need a trailer to say. Yeah, I'll give it a go. I probably need to do like a big rewatch of all the Exorcists, because I think I've seen parts of 2, all of 1, of course, and I completely ignored Believer because I don't think you need to do a legacy sequel to The Exorcist, because that's silly. That's really silly. Anyway, back to you.
Yeah. Yes, back to me. I've got one more thing to talk about in the news, and this is pretty exciting because we're getting a Far Cry TV series, and it's coming from 2 pretty fantastic humans. Rob, okay. I learned something this week. Rob McElhenney changed his name to Rob Mack because apparently McElhenney is too hard for people to pronounce. So he's now going by Rob Mack, which is apparently also a reference to It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
His name is Mac in.
His
Always
name is
Sunny.
Mac in the show. Yeah.
Just like Charlie is also named Charlie.
Yes, exactly. Creativity. How many seasons is that show on? Like 20 at this point?
16.
It's getting there. 16?
That'd be
It's getting up there.
silly.
It's working. So Rob Mack and Noah Hawley, who most recently gave us Alien Earth, are teaming up to bring us an original series on FX, which means it's owned by Disney, which means it will be on Disney Plus / Hulu for us here in Australia. I haven't played the games at all. I know it's a very popular gaming franchise. I don't really know anything about the story. The only thing I really know is that Far Cry 6 had Giancarlo Esposito in it, and the hype around that was pretty big. So, but yeah, let's see if I can find a statement from one of them. Rob Mack's actually also going to be in it too. He's not just producing it. He's going to be starring in the show. Noah Hawley says, "What I love about the Far Cry game franchise is that it's an anthology. Each game is a variation of a theme, the same way each season of Fargo, for example, which he also created, the series, not the movie, is a variation on a theme," he said. To create a big action show that can change from year to year while always exploring the nature of humanity through this complex and chaotic lens is a dream come true. I'm excited to partner with Rob and bring our shared, irreverent, ambitious sensibility to the screen. The plan is for each season of the show to take on a new setting similar to the games, with Rob Mack in the starring role. It's really cool. I hope it's good. I love a good anthology series, and Noah Hawley's really great at that. And and Rob Mack's a pretty funny guy, so could be very interesting. Irreverent is a good word for it, I think. So, Fulya, do you have any thoughts or comments on this Far Cry series coming soon?
So I haven't played the games either, but I have seen gameplay of at least, I think, number 6. It's a pretty popular franchise, if I say, in the gaming industry, and there are a lot of fans out there. Probably not as much as some of the other franchises in the gaming industry, but Far Cry is up there, and considering it's coming out of it's a Ubisoft game, It's one of those type of action adventure games that you get that a lot of people do enjoy. Some people have their own opinions about particular games from the franchise. So some say that one is like one of the Far Cry games is better than the other and whatnot. Not a lot of people were all over it on number 6, to be honest. And I think a lot of people really enjoyed. I think they might have enjoyed 5 more. But the way that they're going to put it out into this series, where what it sounds like is they're going to make each season a different, like the different game, but sort of taking elements of it. I hope it still is cohesive in terms of the story, so that it sort of all kind of melds together and it flows well. Because we all know whenever a game is adapted into a TV show or a film, there's always something that goes wrong, and then gamers are always complaining. And they're like, "Hey, do it right,"
No. Say it ain't so.
Yeah, exactly.
The nerds are going to complain regardless. It's
Exactly. They will. But
they need to be stuffed in their lockers.
Wow.
Depending on how they do this, I wouldn't mind watching it, even though I don't play the series. Just because it's more of an action adventure. It's like there's a lot of from what I can tell, it's a lot of sneaking around, islands and like espionage and trying to like steal stuff. Yeah, there's a lot of gunfights involved too, so
that's why I was surprised. It's like, you can have a watch of this. It's gonna be violent.
Look, if it's not as gruesome as Fallout is, then I should be okay.
Wow.
Look, I was able to watch The Last of Us, so if that says anything. So yeah, look, I'm as long as they do the story justice and it flows well in terms of the seasons, then I don't see why this shouldn't be a good thing. So I wouldn't mind seeing it.
Yeah, cool. Nice. Yeah, I'm curious too. I'm curious. Mike, what about you? Have you played Far Cry? Do you know much about it? Does this interest you at all?
Probably the same as Fulya. Not that familiar. I think I've seen one person play it on Twitch. And I think that was 6 as well, because that was when it came out. Yeah, I don't know if I do like Noah Hawley, does the Alien Earth, and he's going to be doing number 2 as well, so he's going to have a lot on his plate. Rob McElhenney, because I will never call him Mac, because that's silly, because that's his character from Always Sunny, which he actually created in a way. Yeah. So, and he does a lot of interesting stuff like outside of Always Sunny, which I watch a lot, and every time I need something fun to watch, I watch that, because it's just a bunch of crazy wrong people just doing stupid horrid shit, and essentially that's what Far Cry is. And so it will be interesting. And when I had Apple Plus, I watched 1 or 2 episodes of Mythic Quest as well. He's a show on there, and I think there was also another offshoot show as well, beta test as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's called beta test or something like that. Yeah, so kind of cool that they decided to do something like this. Yeah, and as I said, if you don't do it right, nerds will be whinging, and well, they should go back to their mother's basement. Yeah. It's the worst thing that ever happened is nerds become mainstream. They need to be. It's a natural order of things. It's the ecosystem that's out of whack. We need more bullies to clamp them down, and then everything will be fine. I mean,
I just want to say that Mike doesn't speak for the rest of the podcast.
oh yeah, are you saying that nerds have like completely just starting to destroy the human race?
No, I'm saying I don't like bullies.
Palantir. You know where that's from, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
the geeks show inherit the earth. Not on my watch. Anyway, back to you, Kendall.
Anyway, back to me. That's the nerdy news, guys, which means it's time to roll on up to the trailer park.
True that, man. Where is it? There it is.
Rolling up to the trailer park where we all park all the trailers. Yeah.
Yes. Trailer park time. Kicking things off with an A24 trailer, which always gets me excited. This is a movie called... This is a movie called How to Make a Killing, starring the man of the moment, Glenn Powell, in a much different role than the last couple of movies we've seen him in. But I'm really interested in this. Like the kind of twisted idea that this guy, he's, set to inherit billions of dollars, but he's got 7 other relatives preventing him from inheriting that money. And then he just, someone makes an offhand comment and then he's like, you know what, maybe I will kill them because they're all rich assholes and fuck them.
Well adjusted.
So, yeah, very well adjusted. Yeah, the cast looks really great too. Especially very fascinated by whatever Margaret Qualley's doing in this role, just being sinister and sultry and weird and I don't know. But yeah, Glenn Powell looks like he's having a good time, just, going around and murdering his family. And it's, and then everyone's starting to notice that the family members are turning up dead, and it's like, oh, is he gonna get away with it? I don't think so. I don't know. But I'm really curious to check this one out. I think it looks really good, and as I said, I like A24. They make great movies, and Glenn Powell's awesome. So I'm here for it. What about you, Fulya? Are you here for How to Make a Killing?
I'm not sure. I'm a bit confused.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks cool. I'm not completely sold on watching the film.
Hey, that's fine. Trailers will sell you or not sell you. That's it.
Yeah, like I don't know how interested I really am to watch this movie. Like like I said, it looks cool. I like the concept of the whole, I could inherit this money, but I've got like several other people in front of me who could be getting it before me. So how about I go on a killing spree? I don't know. It just seems like one of those type of movies where I'm just like, oh, that's a bit sinister. Yeah, I'm not too sure. Probably not. Yeah. Not my
enough.
style of movie.
Absolutely fair enough. What about you, Mike? Are you interested in How to Make a Killing?
You would think so, but I don't know. I'm not too sure about this one, because the glowing thing is surely when he's the last one, surely he's the first suspect.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I don't know. We're in this weird era where we like to see people in power, like the elites, like suffering. It's sort of our bread and butter. So at the moment, so I don't know. It's I'm not saying it's getting tedious, but yeah, I don't know. Glenn Power's good. Last time I saw him was in The Running Man, so I have seen him kill people before. And I haven't seen any of the others. I haven't seen Twister. Sorry.
Twisters is good. Twisters is good.
Twisters.
Twist.
KFC Twisters. Yeah. But I don't know. Don't know about it. Probably need another trailer to sway me. And then I'll probably see it or not. I don't know. But when will that be, Kendall?
When indeed. We don't have an Australian date for this one. But in the States, How to Make a Killing is coming out on the 22nd. 22nd? No, 20th. 20th of the 2nd. Lord. My tiredness is creeping in.
20th of the 2nd.
20th of the 2nd. February.
It's my birth month.
Yeah. Happy birth month. Annex trailer. Completely opposite. This one is an animated film by the name of Goat. And it's made by the same people who did Spider-Verse and K-pop Demon Hunters, apparently, as well. Cool style animation in this trailer. It looks fun and dynamic and like there are a lot of movies that do the trope of anthropomorphizing animals and making them like people. Zootopia 2 is obviously in the zeitgeist at the moment, for example, but this one is very much, I guess, closer to Space Jam in that sense of here's a bunch of animals and they're playing a game that's like basketball, but it's not exactly basketball. It's a little bit different. And then you have our main character that's a goat who's small but his mum told him to believe in his dreams, and so he's going for his dreams and having a good time while doing it. And it's actually produced by Steph Curry, one of the great basketball players of our time, which is pretty cool.
Who is
and the fact
also voicing.
Is he also voicing him?
No. He's not voicing him. He's playing the giraffe.
Oh, right.
Yes.
Thank you for clarifying.
He's not the goat.
Yes.
No.
He's not the goat. He's a goat. He's not the goat. Because that's what I was going to say is like, goat is a common term, especially in basketball, when you talk about people like Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, Steph Curry. Like, these are goats, the greatest of all time. And it's kind of become a universal term for people outside of basketball, like Michael Jackson, Muhammad Ali, like those really big, like iconic, once in a lifetime figures. So I love that they've kind of taken that and put it into an animated form, in the form of an actual goat. Like that's kind of that's just a really clever play on words. So I really appreciate that. So yeah, it looks interesting. I'm definitely not against this at all. Like it's an original story. So we're here for that. I will wait to see how the reviews go before I sit down to watch it, because you know me with animated movies. But yeah, I'm intrigued. What about you, Fulya? Are you interested in watching Goat?
I kind of am. Yes, I kind of am. Although I will say, like, I like basketball. I don't go out of my way to watch it, though. However, I have seen some basketball matches. I've worked at some basketball matches. They're a lot of fun. The atmosphere is actually wonderful. It's a very family friendly environment. So I can see why they made it into a kind of an animated version of, basketball. I'm also curious to know whether this goat, the main protagonist, is actually based off of Steph Curry. Whether that was the inspiration, maybe. So that'd be pretty cool if it is. But I like
saying
kind of, yeah. Like Better Man. I like the lineup of cast that we've got here. The lead role is played by someone I've never heard of myself, Caleb McLaughlin. Who'll be playing
Stranger Things.
Okay, well then you two know.
There's more Stranger Things in this as well. because I've got the list too.
Ooh.
Yes.
Oh, cool.
So yes, Caleb McLaughlin is playing Will Harris, which I believe is the goat.
Is the goat.
Yes. And then, we've got Gabrielle Union, Nick Kroll. We've got David Harbour's playing someone a character by the name of Archie. Again,
He's the
Steph
Black
Curry.
Rhinoceros.
Yeah. Steph Curry's playing the giraffe. Patton Oswalt's playing the coach, Dennis, which is really cool.
Proboscis monkey.
We've also got Jennifer Lewis. We've got Aisha Curry. I'm going to say potentially Steph Curry's partner, maybe
Partner or
sister. I'm not
sister?
quite sure. Not quite sure.
Sure.
We've got Jennifer Hudson. We've got a few big names in here. And so I am kind of looking forward to their roles, essentially, and the voices that we get to hear in this movie. So that'll be really cool. The game that they're playing, not necessarily basketball, but it's called Rollerball.
Yeah.
Because I was trying to pick up in the trailer, and I'm like, what are they? Are they saying Rollerball or Rollerball?
Yeah, same. It was hard to understand, wasn't it?
Rawr. So I'm glad I was able to find it in the IMDb page. But it looks like it's going to be one of those kind of slice of life, kind of live out your big dreams kind of a story. And I like the animation style. Looks really cool, very detailed, very colorful. Should be fun. I reckon it's gonna be fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Could definitely be a fun time.
Yeah.
Mike,
Hello.
what about you? Is this does this interest you? Is this a family day at the cinemas potentially
Oh yeah.
for you guys?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It looks awesome.
Yeah.
Definitely has the sort of the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles sort of style of everything is like CGI, but it also has like 2D elements like put on top, and I kind of like the sort of the mix match and the sort of intertwine. I mean, yeah, it's Spider-Man, so it's a Spider-Man into Spider-Verse style. But yeah, it's sort of like the hybrid of them both, and it looks it looks appealing to the eyes. And yeah, it's a story of endurance, and it's like it's a story that's been told so many times, but in completely different ways, and I kind of like that. And yeah, it's definitely a night out for the kids. But there's I will add to the voice cast as well. There's also Wayne Knight, so we've got Newman on board.
Ah.
and also we've got Lucas from Stranger Things, and we got Hopper from Stranger Things, but we also got Argyle. So Argyle's going to be in this baby. Yeah. So that's going to be cool. And Patton Oswalt, yeah, we've said that one. Yeah, so when is this coming out worldwide?
Yes.
In America.
Yes. Well, we have it. We have an Australian date for this one.
Oh, something special.
Yay! So if you want to check it out, Goat is going to be in cinemas on the 26th of March next year.
It's the goat. The goat.
It's the goat. All right, our third and final trailer. It's the season now. It's December, coming up very soon. When you hear this, it'll be December, but we're in the past right now. But
Time travel.
Here is an original Christmas film that actually looks okay. It's called Oh What Fun. And it stars Michelle Pfeiffer, amongst many other fantastic actors. And she's playing this mum who's sort of just always been the one to organize everything, cook the dinners, take care of the kids, make sure everyone's on time for things. Like she's like the mum. She's like, she's the goat of mums. Huh. And she doesn't think she's ever really caught a break, and or never really been shown appreciation for how important she is to making Christmas actually happen. And then I really loved this trailer when it kind of did a Home Alone, and like she gets left at home. And then she just goes, fuck it. You're going to abandon me after everything I've done for you? I'm going to fucking peace out, motherfuckers. And then she goes on a journey to be on this talk show hosted by Eva Longoria, where they're celebrating the best mums, basically. And hijinks ensue, it looks like. Danielle Brooks from Peacemaker's here as well, which is great. You've got Felicity Jones and Chloe Grace Moretz playing her daughters, and Jason Schwartzman's here. It's a great cast. And it looks funny, and it looks different, and, I'm here for Christmas movies that are a little different, because I can't stand the saccharine, sickly sweet Christmas movies. I'm very much a Grinch. Sorry, not
Which is
sorry.
also a
But
Christmas
this
movie, so you lied.
which is also, yeah, I know. It's fine. I'll watch The Grinch for Jim Carrey. It's fine. But no, this looks, yeah. I think I might watch it. I don't know if I'll go out of my way to see it, but if maybe if we're looking for a Christmas movie this year that is new, haven't seen before, it's going to be streaming, so easy to watch at home. And I love Michelle Pfeiffer, and they kind of wasted her in the Marvel movies a little bit, so I'm excited to see her kind of get a lead role in something, where a gorgeous 60-year-old woman who's a hardworking mum, gets to be the main character and tell her family what's what. So, yeah, no, I'm great, and I'm also really happy to see that Chloe Grace Moretz's character is gay in the movie, because she's gay in real life too. So I'm like, she's living her best acting queer life now. So that's lovely. I like the little joke about, my girlfriend's a vegetarian, we're having sirloin, what do you mean? Yeah. So I'm interested for sure in this one. What about you, Fulia? What did you think of Oh What Fun?
I kind of like the look of this movie, and it's definitely one of those ones where you know it's going to be a mums are never appreciated kind of a movie. Like it's a thankless job being the mum, and so I like that there's gonna be some chaos sort of coming through in this movie. It's a big family, which is another thing that I probably can't relate to. So that's probably why I might enjoy it, because I'm kind of sort of living vicariously in a way. And yeah, it's interesting. I feel like I'm gonna end up crying by the end of this movie, I think, because it's going to get to a point where it's gonna say, hey, thank your mum, love your mum, she does everything for you. And yeah, it's one of those things that she just wants to be appreciated, and that's what a lot of mums really want. They want to know that what they're doing is appreciated, and it's yeah, like I said, it's a very thankless job for them. I know that with my mom, it's kind of hard to appreciate a lot of the things that she does for me, at least. And my dad is another story we won't go into. So yeah, this looks like it's going to be some wholesome fun. There's going to be some feels towards the end of it. But yeah, like you, Kendall, I kind of like this thing about something different from a Christmas movie. It's not your usual sort of rom-com thing. It's not this is going to be a real feel-good movie, or it's one of those, okay, this is for the kids kind of a situation. That if they can bring out movies that are just like different types of stories like this, then they, it might win over some audiences. So I wouldn't mind checking this one out if at some point I reinstate this particular subscription service, then I might watch it.
Wonderful, wonderful. I'm glad it interests you. But what about Mike? Are you going to be checking out Oh What Fun this Christmas?
I will preface that it does look fun, and I essentially will probably watch it. Probably with the family. It depends on what the rating is. I don't know. So it's probably going to be me and my wife watching this.
It's PG-13, so
you'll probably have some swears.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll preface by saying that. But I will say, I do not like the propaganda of dads don't know anything, dads are stupid, they don't appreciate wives. I don't care that it's been played by Dennis Leary, the asshole himself, playing asshole. He plays assholes well. I get that. But, you do have the archetypes. And it looks like it's a rich family, so he's a rich asshole. So there's another tick.
Hashtag not all dads.
Not all dads. No, I'm not going to touch that. Not all dads, not all men.
Whoops. Sorry.
Check yourself before you wreck yourself. I'm saying that to the men out there.
Yes.
Women don't owe you anything. Assholes. Yeah, it does look like a fun film, and I do like the title because it's all ending with a full stop. Oh, what fun! You could just hear the tension and
that's the sarcasm.
Oh,
Dripping
what
sarcasm.
fun!
What fun!
What fun!
Yeah, it does give me Home Alone / Bad Mum vibes. That sort of thing. Like, just sometimes mums needs to it's like, you know what? I'm going to do my own thing now. So I kind of get that. And yeah, it's a great stellar cast as well. Michelle Pfeiffer doing something that I don't think I've seen in a while. But I haven't seen her do much because, I'm a Batman fan. So there you go. And yeah, I'll definitely be having a look at this on Prime. So when will that be, Kendall?
Yes. Well, Oh What Fun is actually going to be releasing this week on Prime Video on Wednesday, the 3rd of December. Kicking off the season. Just in time for Christmas.
Christmas, it's a time for Christmas.
Christmas
time
is a
comes
time.
once a year. Once a year is Christmas time.
Somehow it always
so on
feels
and
like
so
it's Christmas because we're here again.
Yeah.
It's happening again. Cool. Well, thank you.
You're just a retail worker.
That reminds me.
Just a real retail worker? Come on.
That's the reason why your animosity when it comes to Christmas. When you should be happy.
I know.
Put on a
Yeah,
brave
jaded
face.
and-
Be happy. Happy.
Look, I recently got my 5-year pin. I'm.
Yay. You've got
I
a
don't
pin
know if
now.
I'll be there for the next 5. We'll see. Probably not.
We shall see. Wonderful. It's now time.
Ooh.
For the time.
Yes.
For the wibbly, the wobbly, the timey-wimey, the fucking time.
Popcorn culture.
I'm
Yes.
an angel.
It's popcorn culture time, and I don't know if I'm excited or angry or sad right now to talk about this, but here we are. Talking Who with Doctor Who.
I've been waiting so long for you to watch this episode.
Yes, it's finally here. Today we're going to be discussing our thoughts on Series 7, Episode 5, The Angels Take Manhattan. A very pivotal episode in Doctor Who and in Matt Smith's run as the 11th Doctor, because this is the episode where Amy and Rory leave us. They depart, yes. Before I get into my general thoughts, like I've said, I will just remind people and preface that I knew this was coming. I exist on Tumblr, and Doctor Who is one of the patron saints of Tumblr, so it was everywhere back in the day when it happened. So yes, so I knew this was coming. But did I still cry? You betcha, sweet
Yep.
Gippy, I cried.
Yep.
Twice. They fucking made me cry twice. Fuck you, Stephen Moffat. But also, you bastard, because man, this is a good episode of Doctor Who. This is a great episode of Doctor Who. I loved it. I thought it was awesome. It's the best episode I've watched for a while. Even though, like, Series 6 had its ups and downs, and there were some great episodes in there as well. But yeah, here with this episode, like, the Weeping Angels are just great. They're really good villains. Oh, Mike, go on. Thought?
Sorry, I thought I heard you say series 6, 7.
Oh, no, I didn't. I don't even know what that means.
7.
I don't even know what it means, but it's everywhere
Neither
now.
do I.
So,
And neither do the kids saying it.
fucking TikTok memes. Anyway, this is a really good episode. The Weeping Angels are one of the best villains in Doctor Who, because the threat is so high with them. And I didn't realize until after I watched it that this episode's actually a mid-season finale that they did. So they do this episode and they take a break and they come back for another Christmas special, which is where we'll meet Clara Oswald. But until then, we have this great episode. It's set in the 30s. It's got a noir sort of vibe to it. And we're in New York, and yeah, and then there's just great time travel stuff going on, like with the book being such a pivotal element of the story, and paradoxes and all this just very wibbly wobbly timey wimey, very complex stuff happening, and it's just really well executed and fun, and yeah, and I do have questions for later that I will ask. But yeah, I cried a lot. I cried a lot. It was harrowing, and just I didn't realize, number one, I didn't realize that they make it out of the Winter Key building only to then have one angel escape the paradox effect and ruin everything. But then, I should have known, because we see the headstone earlier in the episode that has Rory Arthur Williams on it. So I should have known it was still coming. Anyway, I'll cry later. I'll go more into my thoughts on it later. We'll discuss those scenes because they're very important scenes, and I want to hear what you guys think of them too. But for now, Fulya, take us through your overall thoughts. How did it go rewatching The Angels Take Manhattan?
Felt like I was watching it for the first time. I honestly forgot about it. And yeah, I also teared up a bit seeing those particular scenes. So, and we'll get into that later. It's definitely one of those things where the Weeping Angels are quite the menacing enemies in this series. And I think I can see why people would fear statues.
Yeah.
They can be very creepy. And especially with those little baby angels where you just sort of hear them creeping around with their little giggles, and Oh, that was so creepy.
Little
I
cherubs.
I did not like the feeling I was getting whenever the light would go off.
It wasn't great, was it?
No, very uncomf. Uh, so, they definitely hit the notes of creepy, scary vibes from this episode. Definitely, a lot, especially with the sounds, with the sound design. So they did a really good job with that. The giant Liberty statue.
Oh, mate. Scared the crap out of me. Scared the crap out of me. How dare you make an angel of liberty? Like, fuck you, man. Fuck you, Moffat. Whoa. Whoa. Scary as fuck.
Yeah. Very menacing giant teeth. That, like, I was just curious as to what was happening to that, that private eye from the 30s, and then it was started happening again to Rory. It was just really interesting to sort of see all of that sort of play out, and the time, kind of like a time loop that they were in, but it was also one of those things where they were sort of just being thrown back in time, and paradoxes just confuse the crap out of me. I don't know how it all works and stuff. So, but then the way that they tried explaining it in this particular episode, I was like, oh yeah, it kind of makes sense that would happen. But the other thing that I really loved was the book stuff, the stuff with the book.
Yeah.
Where if as they're reading it, things are happening. But if they read too far ahead, then whatever happens, whatever they've read will happen. And they don't want it to be a fixed point. So, and the way that the Doctor ends up getting really upset about what he ends up reading. And even at the point where they couldn't read ahead in terms of what might happen in detail by the pages, when Amy was like, hey, how about you just look at the chapter title? That's still reading ahead.
Absolutely. As someone who's been reading, most of my life, I'm like, that's exactly a spoiler. I'm pretty sure there are chapters of Harry Potter that are labeled in such a way that you're like, well, that's a spoiler.
Yeah, exactly. Like, why would you do that? Not a good idea.
No.
But yeah, anyway, this whole episode was one hell of a ride. Very roller coaster ride, I will say. And I really enjoyed it. So it was, it was really good.
Nice. Excellent. Mike,
hello.
Your thoughts on this? I'm wondering how you felt rewatching this, and did it bring up any feelings of, the context at the time watching this, and like, did people know? Was the fandom aware that that Arthur and Karen were leaving? Did this come out of nowhere, or like, what are your feelings on this episode now?
I think I said a while back that it was around about this time that I was like slowly checking out and not really paying attention too much, because I wasn't sure about it. So I think I was kind of spoiled before watching it, because I knew they were like leaving, but I didn't know how. And I think people like who were really invested definitely had a bit of a shock, because there was like a fake out and then the actual thing, and going through the motions, just like what Kendall said of and people and watching it again and having context and having people like such as yourselves haven't seen it before, I kind of get it. It being overly like an emotional sort of ending to it. I mean, how many times you get to see someone live themselves to death. So 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 it's kind of a nice death send off, but because with the two up on the building, and essentially like, okay, we're going to spend our time together, and yeah, and it's all to do with their relationship with the Doctor, that their previous episodes very slowly coming back, distancing themselves from the Doctor, and it's like, and having the Power of Three just before, and having that sort of set up there, and then this is the end result of them like essentially being cut off, and wibbly wobbly timey wimey reasons that the Doctor can't go back because it was a huge cluster and they can't go back. So overall, I did enjoy this episode, and having it send off. And sometimes I think Moffat has the crutch of making it very hard to understand time travel, but this one sort of fits nicely because I do like my time travel stories, and it was sort of like a nice little like quick thing because it was all to do with the book, all to do with memory, as well as fixed points of being written down. I mean, that's a that's a weird rule to follow, because I've just watched Back to the Future, where I've got a photograph of my family and they're disappearing. So does it really matter if you change history or not? So it's, and with Doctor Who, the rules keep on changing, no matter having what story it's actually trying to tell. So I kind of get that, and it fits kind of seamlessly in this particular story, and then River comes back just for a bit.
Yeah,
that's kind of cool. So overall, I did like this episode, and it was a nice sort of end for the mid-season break, and then Christmas, and then back to it until the 50th, because this is when the 50th was rearing its ugly head, and it was running out of time, and trying to set things up for that as well, and some storylines need to be put out the pasture. So overall, it was good. I didn't cry, but I went, oh, I'm being emotionally manipulated. I'll leave that for Stranger Things to do.
Yeah, it's fair. So I mentioned the fact that this episode has some sort of like film noir vibes to it, and they kind of really go all in on it at the beginning. And I kind of liked the way it was like, you had Detective Garner being this narrator of the story and what's happening, and you see like the fade in and out of the typewriter telling the story, and you don't yet realize it's a book, that's what it is, because it's Trevor Song writing his story out. So I thought that was really cool when they get to revealing that. But yeah, I kind of loved how it was set up as like, he's been hired by this rich dude called Grail to look into these moving statues, and like the whole dialogue about like, I don't have to believe in this, I just want to get paid, sort of thing. He's a very kind of jaded private dick, if you will, and
hard boiled,
and
hard-boiled detective.
Hard-boiled detective. And then just the setup, and like just the sudden, like, you don't know where it's going. Like, if you don't know ahead of time that it's called Angels Take Manhattan, you probably don't know it's a Weeping Angels episode based on this until, like, they start talking about the statues and stuff. But then things obviously ramp up when he heads to Winter Key, and then you just start seeing statues everywhere. And I love just the idea of setting a Weeping Angel story in New York, where there are so many gargoyles and statues all around. The fucking Statue of Liberty, as we see in this cold open, and then at the climax of our episode, playing a role. Yeah, I just really liked the setup here, and then and the Winter Key as a location being like this hub for the angels, and the fact that Garner can't really wrap his head around the fact that he's looking at his older self was really kind of sad at the same time as being just really like thrilling for us watching it. And then him ending up on the roof and away he goes. So yeah, I kind of thought the way they were setting it up that he was going to be like the the doctor's in to the story, but it happens a different way. Fulia, did you enjoy the cold open and the detective sort of noir style setup here?
Yeah, I did. It's definitely some of those kind of things where I do enjoy kind of like a noir setting, the 1930s and all that sort of stuff. It's actually pretty cool. The detective coming in and being all nonchalant and being like, whatever, just give me the money and I'll look into it for you, kind of a deal. What didn't hit me immediately was the fact that this person who called him in, the collector, as it were, didn't really mention the fact that he was curious and fascinated about wanting to actually keep these things or whatever. But then he kind of goes about the whole thought of, he's always looking out the window to this one particular statue, which was really interesting. But you can see that he's got some sort of fear on his face as well, which then makes you sort of think that he's afraid of them.
Yeah. I just want to comment on that. I feel like this episode does a really, really good job of setting things up and foreshadowing.
Yes.
All these little clues of like, this is going to come back later. This means something. Everything here means something. It's very purposefully written. So that's a good thing to touch on. Fulia, that he's like, he's fascinated by these statues, but he's also terrified of them.
Yeah. And so, seeing all that kind of play out, and then the detective slowly but surely fearing for his life by the time he gets to that bedroom, and then going to the top, onto the roof. Yeah, it was definitely very well set up. And then later on, when we see that Rory's going through the same thing, and he's just like, "Oh no, here we go. This is not good." Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. Mike, did you enjoy the cold open and the setup for our story?
Yeah. Excuse me. It was a really nice sort of cold open that you weren't sure where it was going to go and if this person would come back or not. I think it's just to set up this particular building. The building's going to be the forefront for the story. And it was eerie. It was nicely shot, and later on we can talk about where the location of shooting is kind of fun. And I do like the reveal of the Statue of Liberty being a weeping angel. Having said that, doesn't make sense, because it's already been established that even a photograph of a weeping angel can become a weeping angel. And being the Statue of Liberty, the most photographed lady of the time, surely that would make it spread out more.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I mean, it's the same thing as, Sutek is still on the top of the TARDIS in every episode.
TARDIS,
So it's sort of like, it's fun for the story. It doesn't make sense for the wider picture, but it's Doctor Who. What can you do? You can't really be too angry to it. I think you could probably palm it off as like, well, we don't know how long the Statue of Liberty was touched by an angel, was infected by the weeping angel sort of thing, because then we get to learn about the cherubs and how they're not really weeping angels. They're just statues that were infected by weeping angel tears, dare say. So
Yeah.
it could have been a year, it could have been 50, it could have been when it was erected. We don't know. So there you go. There's an explanation. That's my headcanon. Thank you very much. Back to you, Kendall.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Yes, so our next bit of setup comes when we get to see, in present day, Amy, Rory, and the Doctor chilling in Central Park. For reasons unknown, but why not? They get to have some happiness before they're torn apart again. Yes, and I just, again, like, going back to what I mentioned before about everything being purposeful and the setup, foreshadowing and all that. Like, they do a great job here of just, the Doctor's just reading a book, and they're having a gag about how he's reading out loud and it annoys him, and then, eventually Amy decides, she actually wants to hear the Doctor read to her, which I thought was cute. And then, the whole thing with the glasses and all of that stuff. And the book is called Melody Malone, Private Detective in Old New York Town. And it was funny that, did the Doctor say it was a good cover or a bad cover? Because I was trying to remember. Because, like, he keeps saying yowza about it, and because he likes the book, and I'm like, oh, it makes sense when you find out who wrote it, because it's River's song. But
his future or past wife?
Yes, his wife in some time period. Yeah. So, we get the setup, and then Rory goes to have coffee, and then is stalked by some weeping angels, and in the, like, the weirdest thing for me is I didn't realize that he'd been sent back to 1938 immediately. I was like, oh crap, an angel got him. Like, right, okay. Because they're all like, oh, how did he get sent back? I don't know. Like, River doesn't know how he ended up there. And it's like, oh, it's a weeping angel. Yeah. And then so Rory vanishes, and then they start to realize in the book that it's actually, that Rory is the skinny man, the slender, tall man, or what, I can't remember what he was referred to as. And River Song's following him, and then they, end up going, to Grail's place. Yeah, I'm just rambling now at this point. But I just really like this, moment of, the book, the introduction of the book, I think, was cool. And then the way it was just used as this device to, like, a fixed point situation. Like, we get the whole thing later with River Song's wrist and Amy bringing to fruition the fact that her wrist has to break. And Mike, you already commented a bit on the book creating fixed points and unchangeable things. Does this work for you guys as a time travel mechanism? Is, like, not, because we get two things in this episode that they're like, we can't change it, and that's things in the book once they've been read, and then at the end when Rory gets touched by the angel, and then the Doctor's like, we can't go back and save him because unstable reasons or whatever. That I have questions about, but I don't know, I liked this idea of this book being like the gospel of time, essentially, and the whole reading ahead and chapter titles being spoilers and all this stuff. Fulya, you've talked about it a bit already, but how did you like the introduction of the book and the reveal that River Song was the author? Like, how did the book work for you throughout the episode?
The book was actually, like, a really interesting piece that they decided to add in the fact that whenever they read through it, it ends up becoming reality, and it was based around what they were doing. So it was one of those things where unless you were paying attention to the Doctor reading it, you don't really realize what he's saying until he realizes what he's reading. And you see it on his face. It's like, wait, hang on. What? That sounds very familiar. Why are they mentioning this here?
Yeah.
It's us.
Yeah. We're in
You
the
know?
book.
And then the realization that Melody Malone was River was also really cool as well. So I really liked this whole concept of the book making, bringing things to reality as they were reading it, and then the consequence of reading ahead as well. So that was a really nice touch as well, the fact that they're like, all right, well, if we're going to be reading ahead, this is what's going to happen. It means if they read ahead, then it's definitely going to happen 100%, and I'm the type of person who'd never, I don't read ahead when it comes to books, even if it is something that I'm curious
No.
about.
Not at
I
all.
want to experience everything as I'm reading it, right? I don't I think it's more of a child mentality of wanting to read ahead and see what happens at the end, mostly. Unless, go on.
I was just going to say, well, this kind of ties into the Doctor's whole tearing out the last page. He
Because-
hates endings.
yeah.
He doesn't want to know the end, and the fact that kind of manifests into a real thing with like reading ahead is bad, literally, because
Yeah.
it seals the deal.
Yes.
It's really, really cool.
Yeah. So that was actually a really cool concept with the whole, using the book as a way to move the story forward, literally.
Yeah, yeah. And like how they could use it to a certain degree to find where Rory had been sent to,
Yes.
but then only like they just had to be really careful because they didn't want to, mess around
read too
with
much.
anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's good,
Yeah.
good tension.
Very much. The drama
Yeah.
really was built very well here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Mike, do you have additional thoughts on the book, and how does it work for you in terms of like, I'm sure you've seen everything in terms of like, well, you have seen everything, but like in terms of what like concepts of time travel in Doctor Who and like MacGuffins or devices that revolve around time travel and fixed points and paradoxes and whatever. How does the book kind of rank for you in devices, time travel sort of devices in Doctor Who?
It's kind of fun, especially with the ripping out the last page, because no one likes spoilers
Yeah.
and all that.
Spoiler
And
sweet.
having, and being with River Song as well, of writing down things on, well, we'll get into it later on, but writing down things on priceless heirlooms that will go across time and will get interpreted by this fixed point. It's always interesting, and with it being a novel, it's also novel. So writing down stuff. I don't really get the sort of, well, history can be changed, but it's a fixed point. But except for certain circumstances, and this is the reason why people always go and ah about certain aspects when it comes to what is a fixed point, what is a nexus point, what is, and it's all to do with the story. The story is setting up, so within this story, it does work, and with the first Weeping Angels story, the Doctor was writing on walls for people to, and it being a video as well, of a conversation, a one-sided conversation, which is also good. So it's not as good as the one-sided conversation videotape, but still, it's kind of charming, and it sort of fits with the style of this episode of it being in New York. So you're sitting in the park and you're reading a book, and turns out this book is your future. It's like it's whimsical, it's magical, and it works for me. It works for me.
Yeah, nice. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, because I really liked it a lot. But yeah, so Amy and the Doctor need to find where the hell Rory has been taken to, and luckily, because they have a book, they can see he's in 1938 in New York. But they can't actually use the TARDIS to travel there. Due to time distortions. I'm guessing this is because of all of the activity with the Weeping Angels. Is that why there's time distortions in 1938? Is that how you guys read that?
I think it's probably yeah. I think it's because they don't know exactly when or where, because you can't really go too forward, too back. You need to actually pinpoint it being. So
Yeah. Okay.
So if you go too far in the past, so you need to play catch up, or if you're there like before that, after that, like if you spent like hours, then it would be like the girl who waited sort of thing. Then you would have two Rorys.
Yeah.
So you need to like pinpoint the accuracy. I assume.
Yeah. Okay.
Time travel is make believe.
Make believe so far. Yeah. No, yeah, that makes sense, I guess. Because, like, you know, at the end of the episode when, you know, Amy's trying to, you know, make the ultimate decision about to stay or go, and she asks the Doctor, like, am I gonna end up with Rory in the same, am I gonna get zapped at the same time that he's in? And the Doctor's like, we don't know. Like, no one knows if that's the case. I mean, we find out it kind of is. It's a leap of faith, yeah. So it could be the same for like them trying to go back to where Rory is. Like you can't know for sure where the angel sent him to. So it's hard to gauge. So therefore the TARDIS can't just go right there. I guess that makes sense in a way.
And they also made a huge paradox there. So if you put a paradox upon another paradox, then who knows what would happen? Manhattan will break and just disappear out of space and time.
And and that's again what the Doctor sort of implies at the end of the episode as well. But we'll get to that.
It'll be too wibbly wobbly.
Too wibbly wobbly, exactly. Wobbly in the bad sense. Yeah. So basically, they have to figure out a way to get what the Doctor calls landing lights, which I thought was kind of cute. And sort of like backdooring this change to the vases by figuring out, you know, that Grail has these vases from a certain time period in China, the Qin dynasty, 221 BC. I can't read numbers today. 221 BC. And he puts the word Yowza on the vase. And Riversong instantly knows who it is, and they can come in. And that was a great scene with them arriving, and then, you know, River being like, "You're not going to be happy when my husband turns up," or whatever she says. You know, I love seeing Riversong be playful, because that was a great moment too with her and Grail, and the way he set her up to have the angel grab her. That was cool. And then meanwhile, poor Rory's down in the fucking basement getting tortured by fucking baby angels. Who were the furthest thing from a sweet baby angel I've ever seen. Fulya, you mentioned the baby angels earlier. I'm with you. I think they are creepy and unsettling. And no thanks.
No, thank you.
I'm okay without them. But I will say I appreciate the twist on their abilities being they can't necessarily, or maybe they chose not to, but my headcanon is they can't, because they're young. They can't necessarily send people back through time, or in space. They can actually just send people through space. So they just move Rory across town to the Winter Key. But yeah, that was really well shot though. The way the lights and the matches and everything and whatnot. Poor Rory though. I swear he's just a damsel in distress at this point. So. He just keeps getting involved in these
Yeah.
shitty situations. Yeah. Do I have anything else before I want to talk about other stuff? No, fully. I guess we'll throw over to you. What did you think of how Amy and the Doctor were able actually to zero in on River's song and how that played out?
I thought it was very clever in the way that they had to figure out just by sort of they just looking at this vase and then trying to figure out, okay, well, if we can't go there directly, then there must be a roundabout way to do that, right? And so they find out how old that vase is. All right, let's go back to when they were making the vase. And then we'll make sure we etch it in so that by the time this person ends up buying it, it's there. So it was actually a really cool concept, very cleverly done. And yeah, like it's an interesting way to communicate. Like every time there's a way the Doctor ends up needing to communicate something in the future from the past, it's always imprinting it on something that will be seen by the character that needs to see it. And that communication is actually kind of fun to see that kind of happen in a way. So I kind of like that. I really like that.
Nice. Mike, did the landing lights thing work for you, and did you have any thoughts on the baby angels as an introduction? Because I don't know if we see baby angels again, judging on what I've read, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I can't quite remember, but it is a new thing for the law of it imprinting on other statues. So it's not just Weeping Angels statues. It could be any statue, and then you can do the Statue of Liberty. So that's another thing that can scare the kids. Is like any statue, a garden gnome can come to life and like wreak havoc. That's kind of a fun thing. With the dare I say wibbly wobbly graffiti on ancient artifacts. It all depends if you find these things like either important or not. But I think if you're going to send a message and you don't know where it's going to go, it's pretty much message in a bottle. Make sure the bottle is going to be valuable, so it would stay around instead of becoming a landfill. So it kind of makes sense that they would put it on something that nowadays would be considered like valuable. That's why that sort of when River was trying to get his attention, they had to go into that museum and like figure out what's going on, because that's what happens with if you're going to be not an architect. What's Indiana Jones?
Archaeologist.
Yeah, you're gonna have to be an archaeologist to talk to a time traveler, which is kind of cool. That sort of dynamic of the Doctor saying, "I laugh at archaeology. I'm a time traveler. I laugh at them." So yeah, I think it's kind of cool, and then you can sort of pinpoint where it is somehow. Sci-fi bullshit. That I can excuse it. I guess it is.
Yeah.
It is stupid and fun, but it's Doctor Who. Love it.
Indeed. Yeah. So after the Doctor and Amy show up, we get the scene where Amy suggests reading the chapter titles as a way to avoid spoilers, which then doesn't work because then the Doctor accidentally sees ahead to a chapter called Amelia's Last Farewell. And that was probably
Aunt
the nail
May's
in the
demise, which happened to me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the soundtrack titles came out.
Really,
And it
that's
was something
shit.
like that. It was like, oh, god damn it.
That's shit else. Good one, Marvel. But yes, and then the doctor's like basically imploring that if River can get out of the grip of the Weeping Angel without having to break her wrist, like Amy manifested by reading the book, then that means that that Amy can be saved and her farewell doesn't get to happen. Um, I I don't know about you guys, but I picked it up pretty much straight away that her arm was not doing so good because immediately when they walk into the like foyer area in front of the stairs, like the way she was sort of holding her arm still by her side didn't look natural to me. Um,
What
I,
are you talking about? I'm
I,
fine.
yeah, it was pretty obvious.
I'm cool.
Yeah, and I got to give it to River for trying to pull one over the doctor, but yeah, it very quickly didn't work, and that caused a bit of tension in the room. Because then the doctor decided to use some of his regeneration power to heal her wrist, and this did not make her happy. She was not here for it.
And then Stephen Moffat did what he usually does and allow domestic violence be used as a ploy.
Yeah, because then she slaps him.
Did not like it.
No, I don't like that either. That was too much. It was too much. What I did like about this is that we don't really see, like, we have seen some conflict obviously between River and the Doctor, but this kind of conflict, and I love moments where you're sort of reminded that River is much more of a peer to the Doctor than anyone else. Like, she's the only kind of being in this world that's sort of in this universe, I should say, that's sort of on the Doctor's level. So I kind of like these moments of conflict between them, but then I really just liked it led to a brief moment between River and Amy where you know, the River basically tells Amy to not let her see the doc like not let the Doctor see her grow old, basically, which is again another bit of foreshadowing. And how, and you know, she mentions he hates endings, you know, like he doesn't want to see it end. So if you grow old, then that means it's ending. So I'm just, so they're just really signposting this ending of this episode very, you know, just constantly. Fulia, did you enjoy seeing like River getting to kind of be, you know, she has to be badass all the time, but like, did you enjoy these scenes with her and what they added to the overall story?
I was a bit suspicious about how she did get out of it, in the way
Yeah.
that they said if she can get out of it without breaking her wrist, because they had read that she had to break her wrist. I was like, there's no way anyone can get out of that unless the idea is to break the statue's wrist.
Mm.
Then that would make sense. But apparently, these weeping angels, you cannot break them somehow. I feel like that's a definite plot point where no one's answered that question. Can they be destroyed physically? Because I would have gone about breaking the wrist of the angel, to be honest. If I had some form of tool around me that was heavy enough and sturdy enough that I could just bang it against the thing so that I can break free that way, then I'd do that. But unless there was some form of sorcery happening, there was no way she was going to get out of that grip with no damage to her own wrist. So I was very suspicious about that. I did not notice the way that she was holding her wrist or her arm down like that.
Yeah.
So I was more so paying attention to the fact that she was free. And she came into the room and that the Doctor was happy about it. But then when the camera started moving around, I noticed the marks on her wrist, and then the Doctor noticed what's happening with your other hand, excuse me, and then sees what's happened.
Yeah.
That sort of feeling did kind of seeing the doctor look really upset, the fact that she had no choice but to break her wrist,
Yeah.
that kind of, it did break me a little bit. But then when he asked, why did you lie to me, it's something that people do within relationships to not get, not hurt, don't want them to see them upset that they got hurt, like
Mhm.
physically. Like it's one of those things. Like I like even me, if I was to bruise myself, I'm not going to tell my parents, "Hey, I bruised myself." It's going to concern them, So you want to sort of not have them worry about you, and that's kind of what River was doing. She just didn't want the doctor to be worried about her. But that kind of injury is very severe, to be honest. Breaking a wrist, like that's, and the I don't know how, and I know this is TV, that you would not have heard her scream in pain
Yeah.
to free herself from that. Um, I don't understand, but yeah,
I mean, they just wanted to keep up the ruse for the viewer
Yeah.
that she was fine, like, because we know what the doctor knows, kind of thing. And,
Yeah.
but yeah, you're not wrong. Like, it would have fucking hurt.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it would have been
So
a lot.
yeah, that whole sequence was cool to watch, but also very very
Heart pounding.
adrenaline and all that sort of stuff, just sort of seeing all that go through that drama. It was very
Yeah.
intense. Yeah.
Very intense. Yes. Yes. Mike, you've already commented on some of your thoughts on this scene. Do you have anything else you wanted to add with River Song's interactions with the Doctor here, and then her little chat with Amy Pond?
Yeah, no, not really. Back to you, Kendall.
Yeah, that's okay. That's totally fine. Yeah. Oh no.
Yeah,
Go on.
just-
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just saying. Look, I don't know because I'm not. I don't know. To me, it feels like a little bit of an overreaction because River sort of did the same thing for the Doctor, giving all of her regenerations to the Doctor because he got shot.
Yeah.
And he just healed her hand, and then, my hand's good. Cool. Whack. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's all I say.
Yeah, that's fair enough. All right, let's get into our the beginning of the end of this episode because they end up tracking where Rory's been moved to and find out he's in a building called Winter Key, the eponymous building from the beginning of the show. And somehow Rory, when he walks inside, doesn't realize there's a weeping angel out the front. Maybe it's up a bit high. I don't know. But yes, he ends up in the building, and then the others arrive, and they find him in time. But then they notice that there is a room with the name R. Williams on the door. And then I don't know about you, but my heart just sank immediately. I was like, oh fuck, here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then we just get this really surreal moment where Rory watches himself die as an old man while Amy holds his hand, and they're all confused and not really grasping. They know what's happening, but they're not really, like, the trauma of it is not really helping them logically process it. Which is just, it's so well acted. Like, I need to really shout out the performances of this episode. Like, all the cast, fucking top tier performances. The way they really bring across this grief and sadness and confusion over everything that's happening is just, it's just so well done. But yeah, basically they figure out that, Rory dies. The look on the Doctor's face in this moment when he realizes, you're gonna lose Rory. Rory's done. Rory's dead. That was heartbreaking. But then they come to the conclusion that a paradox might save him, which I thought was a really great time travel thing. I think that makes sense. Paradoxes are talked about a lot in time travel, and we talk about the grandfather paradox, especially in a lot of stuff. So them saying that a paradox with Rory, him escaping the angels and not dying here, would actually be enough power to destroy the angels and actually unmake the building. It would be as if it never existed. I thought that was just really, really clever. But then, we end up with the goddamn scene on the rooftop, and I am weeping like a little girl. I'm weeping like a little girl. First, we get the reveal again of the Angel of Liberty, I'm calling her, in the background, but then Rory. I'm so glad that this story for them ended with the two of them being in the best place for their relationship, their marriage, their love for each other was cemented, with Rory being like, I am going to die for you. And I'm going to take this risk. It may not even work. It should, in theory, that, if he takes his life and he doesn't die as an old man, he dies as a young man, that will be the paradox enough to destroy everything. But Amy begging him not to do it and trying to pull him off the ledge and being like, would you want me to do that for you? Like, you'd be holding me back too. But then I loved Amy going, oh, I'm gonna fucking cry again. I just loved Amy going like, we're doing this together. You're not going without me. And then the way that sort of again foreshadows their ending kind of as well. I was a mess. And then the Doctor and River show up at the last second, and then we watch them fall off the building, and then it all works out until it doesn't. This was a super well done climactic sequence. I just, just having the Doctor and River trying to get through all the angels in the building, and they're just too late to save them. But then it works out, of course, in for a tiny bit of time, it works out. But yeah, it's still, as you're watching it, it's so intense and just so emotional, and I'm really glad that I kind of, I started out not really loving Amy and Rory, Amy especially, and then by the end I'm like, distraught over their quote unquote demise in this episode. But yeah, Fulya, tell me what you thought of the rooftop sequence and the plan of the paradox. How did that work for you?
It was one of those things where, like, as the viewer, it should work, and and it does work in the end. But the way that they're playing it out, because of their doubts, they're so unsure, and the way that they're delivering those lines of how unsure they are makes you doubt whether or not this is going to work as well.
Sure.
And so the fact that Rory's like, look, you need to let go, but I need to jump for this to work, but I can't do it myself, so I need your help. Don't ask for your wife's help to push you off a building. She's not gonna let you do that. It's not gonna happen. Especially someone who loves you that much. And honestly, I feel like a lot of people would have been in Amy's shoes too. Like the fact that you would not want to let them go, no matter how much you trust that this process will work. It's gonna create that paradox, and then everything will be fine. You still have that feeling within you. It's like, but what if you actually die and I never get to see you again, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what Amy was kind of going through in that particular scene. So I get it. I totally get it.
Yeah.
But then to turn around and say, look, if you can't do it, would you, like, if you can see that I won't be able to let you go, would you do that for me if you were in my shoes, right? And then she just decides, you know what? If you're going to do it, then so am I. We're going to do this together. And the way that those two, with the way that they're sort of bouncing off each other and the way that they go through their feelings and just talking it out to the point of the more they say it, and then, you know, they're looking into each other's eyes and they're hugging each other and then getting ready to then leap off once the doctor and River come up onto the roof. It's just one of those kind of moments of, this is a very Romeo and Juliet kind of a situation, almost, just without the family rivalry, I guess. You know, these two lovers just end up dying together. It was really sad. And the music, the way that the music also swells
Murray
to
Gold,
then
man.
make it even more dramatic and more sad.
Yeah. Yeah. Everything worked in
Yes.
this scene. Everything worked.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Thank you, Fulia. Mike, what are your thoughts on Rory wanting to sacrifice himself to potentially never come back, and but you know, save them from the angels?
He's done that a lot.
Yeah.
And it's kind of fitting that they did it together. Because it's about time that Amy pulls up those socks and actually does
stepped up
something for Rory as well. so it's that dynamic, that sort of relationship that they have. It's like Amy has finally chosen Rory, and it's absolutely cemented in the last scene in the graveyard. Because it's the leap of faith of not knowing anything. You have no choice. It's doing that. And it's a bit icky because it's suicide, unalive. Sorry, this is the internet. Can't say that word. And it's nice that the relationship is absolutely blossomed to equate to they both would take a bullet for each other. And it's great that they actually decided to do it together, and it worked him for a little bit. And so fake out death, then actual death.
Yes, which this scene was just cruel. This ending, it was very cruel. It was very well written, and I'm a sucker for doing stuff like this, like pulling the rug out and, you know, lulling people into a false sense of security, like and just putting twists in there. Like, I do this sort of stuff a lot in my own writing, so I respect Moffat a bit, but also fuck you at the same time, because they were free, they were fine, it was okay. You know, we had River and the Doctor, you know, tidying the TARDIS from the outside, giving it a good clean. You know, they're back in the cemetery from earlier, and everything's fine. All the angels are gone. The Winter Key's gone. The paradox worked, and everything's hunky dory. And then Rory sees the tombstone, the gravestone that has his name on it. And he's like, "Oh, Amy, come and have a look at this. Someone's got my name." And then he's gone. Basically, he's just gone. And immediately, I get that sinking feeling from before. Multiply that by like 5 or 10. Like, I was just like, oh no, this is how it ends. This is how it ends. But then for them to kind of sort of redo what we just saw, with Amy now really going through the motions of, I want to be with Rory. I'm willing to sacrifice my time to the angel so I can be with the man that I love. You know, we've just sort of had that sort of play out with Amy and Rory together. But like you said, Mike, it's time for Amy Pond to step up And I think that previous scene is a beautiful lending into this scene because she wasn't going to make any other decision. She was going. She was resolute immediately that as soon as she said, "Will I get Zap back to where he is? Am I going to be with him if I give myself over to the angels?" She was going. There was no way the Doctor was talking her out of it, and I think it really works that it's sort of like a Rory walked so Amy could run sort of situation. Like they set it up perfectly and handed off to her being the one, and she's the one that the Doctor screams for when Amy and Rory go off the edge. So, Amy's always been the one, she's the girl who waited, and they have that extra connection that the Doctor just doesn't have with Rory, and that's fine. And so it makes more sense, I think, for Amy's last moments to be with Melody. They call her Melody in this scene too. Fuck. They call her Melody in the scene and everything, and it's just beautifully done. And then the fact that the Doctor is begging and pleading, and I think he knows. I think you can tell that he knows she's going, but then she doubts as well. She's she's got that same doubt that they just had before about whether or not they'd stay alive, and then she just goes, "Raggedy Man, goodbye," and then I'm just like, oh no. Then I have to watch Matt Smith cry and just be sad, and oh man, and just seeing the names on the tombstone, like you see Rory's name, and then now Amy's name is there, and it's just, oh my god, oh, it's heartbreaking. It's so heartbreaking, but beautifully done. Like in terms of a character death, like we've talked about the Weeping Angels a lot and how it's a slow death essentially because they steal your time and they send you back and you still get to live your life, but you're completely removed from everyone. My quick question I had for you guys before I pass to Fulya was because the Doctor's saying, because like Amy's like, we've got to do something, we've got to go back and get Rory. The Doctor refuses to, and we talked about this already a bit, because the Doctor's like, if it'll be a paradox on a paradox on a paradox sort of vibe, like it's impossible. Did that make sense to you guys for the Doctor to just be like, it's too spicy, we can't actually go back? Does that work for you guys, or does that seem more like a Deus Ex Machina? Sorry, Amy, we can't. Too convenient. What did you guys think of that?
It didn't it confused me a little bit, but it made sense.
Okay.
The fact that you can't really have one thing, then one paradox, and then top it with another one, and then I feel like that would have, again, doesn't make sense, but it would have caused some sort of terrible
problem.
Negative effect if they had have done that kind of pile up. I don't really understand the TV science of it all, but maybe Michael will be able to shed a light here because I'm not sure. But I just feel like doing multiple paradoxes on top of paradoxes just is like, it's very Inception-y, and there's going to be a lot of negative effects as a consequence.
Yeah, because then I suppose it could just then be a run-on effect of like you're just chasing your tail. You just keep going back. Yeah. Rory keeps dying. You can't save Rory.
That loop just never ends.
Yeah. Mike, is that how you read it? Does that make sense to you in the terms of the universe and the way the time travel works?
Yeah, I think because the Doctor said it's sort of a fixed point that Rory does get touched by an angel and go back. And it's sort of like an echo from that, how one random angel escaped. So, and and he says in the episode, well, it's just sometimes it's just random. There's one thing and it goes back and one thing. Where this whole episode is, if these group of angels organized and have a building that they can feed off these particular people like forever until they expire and all that. But now the paradox happened. There's no there's no building of angels because the paradox of every time they touch someone or that it just completely gets erased. Maybe because he gets sent back to that time, and it's because of a weeping angel that does that. It means you can't go back and take him out. Otherwise, he's constantly being followed by angels, and and the Doctor says that in this episode, you are ever going to be constantly followed by angels, and that's not a life to live. I mean,
No.
You spend 2,000 years like dragging around a box. I don't think you can just be on the run for the rest of your life.
No.
And
Rory's done his time.
Yeah, and then that accident happens, and then Amy follows suit, as it were.
Yeah.
60 years back.
Yeah. It's just such a... Like, the fact that it happens from just a small moment of Rory just catching a glimpse of his headstone and just going, oh, shit. But the one thing I wanted to mention before I throw it to Fulya as we wrap up is I really loved the touch of the afterword at the end of the episode. This was a great ending. I just want to read it because I just really love it. Because River's got to finish a book and Amy's got to publish the book, and then she gets to kind of speak to the Doctor from the past, but also the future, and it's really, really interesting. But she says, "Hello, old friend, and here we are, you and me, on the last page, the page that he tore from the book at the start of the episode, guys. By the time you read these words, Rory and I will be long gone. So know that we lived well, and we were very happy. And above all else, know that we will love you, always. Sometimes I do worry about you, though. I think once we're gone, you won't be coming back here for a while, and you might be alone, which you should never be. Don't be alone, Doctor. And do one more thing for me. There's a little girl waiting in a garden. She's going to wait a long while, so she's going to need a lot of hope. Go to her. Tell her a story. Tell her that, if she's patient, the days are coming that she'll never forget. Tell her she'll go to sea and fight pirates. She'll fall in love with a man who will wait 2,000 years to keep her safe. Tell her she'll give hope to the greatest painter who ever lived, and save a whale in outer space. Tell her this is the story of Amelia Pond, and this is how it ends." Oh, shit.
And then he does, and the whole thing gets erased, so it doesn't really mean anything.
Yeah. I'm done. Fulya, give us your final thoughts on this ending and how we thought we were safe, and then we weren't safe, and then we were crying even harder than before. How did the ending of this episode go for you?
Yeah, it was actually quite sad. Like the moment that Rory saw that tombstone, that it was inevitable, and I was like, all right, here we go. This is where their story ends, and we're all gonna cry about it.
So
but
sad.
I will say the one thing I really loved was the way that she goes through all of this, and then the fact that she also then talks to River, and is telling River to look after the Doctor, essentially, before she decides to sacrifice herself, and says her goodbye. It's very parental, like that very sort of parental way of making sure that he's okay. Even in that afterword, that last page, she's just talking to the Doctor as if the Doctor's her child, like to look after, to make sure he's looking after himself, and that he's
Son-in-law.
not alone. Son-in-law, yeah, makes sense. And yeah, it is very sad, but it's also very touching. And I really like the way that this whole sort of thing played out. And like, especially the way that the tension just kept rising and rising when Amy and the doctor and then River were trying to convince each other otherwise of what Amy was doing, and just that whole sort of conversation of that back and forth that all three of them were having. It's it was really like I had a feeling she was definitely gonna go. Like she was not gonna be able to live without Rory. No way. That was not
No.
gonna happen.
No, exactly.
And yeah, it was really sad, and especially seeing the doctor's face once she was gone, devastated. It broke me.
Yeah.
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 So, but then the realization that when River told the doctor, "Hey, you might want to," she might, the book still needs to be written. There's going to be a foreword. You might listen to someone else about not being alone, right?
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Oh, the last page."
Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, and runs for it. Like that sequence was, it was really cute that he was running for that last page. And the fact that that picnic was still there when he rocked up.
Haven't left. It was the same day.
Probably.
Yeah. True.
I'm just surprised that the wind didn't pick up that page. And...
Look, I had that thought as well, and I was like, you know what?
Whatever.
I'm crying too much to see
Yeah.
to see the illogical choices here.
Yes, exactly.
It's fine.
We're talking about time paradoxes and
Yeah.
and writing things in books. And the thing that you don't like is wind blowing a page.
Yes, I am a very logical person. I don't know why.
Yes.
But yeah, this whole ending sequence was just very emotional, but very well done.
Yeah, for sure. All right, mate, take us out with your thoughts on the farewell of Amy and Rory.
Yes. I will keep it brief. 5 hours later. I did like this send off, and because we've seen like companion death or companion displacement or losing your mind, or even just deciding to leave, just like Martha. But for this, is kind of a special one, and I have said my gripes about this sort of era of 11th Doctor and Rory and Amy, and the choices that they have with character choices of it being portrayed. But I did like the fact that living together and having someone with you and being not alone, and then the Doctor needs to be constantly reminded that he can't be alone, and we'll learn more about that in next time at Christmas, where we get to meet a new companion. Maybe, I don't know. I can't see in the future. But I did like this episode, and it's a good send off. Like with Rose's departure. Couple of departures. I mean, even Amy has a couple of departures with it, and it needs to be set in stone. It's like, no, you can't come back. And even including the actors, they wanted a send off and something that they can't like come back later on because it's just too difficult and so yeah. And then Kerry Gilliam actually said that it was ages when I received the script that I couldn't read it for a couple of days because I knew it was going to be the end. And and even filming the last scene between Matt and in the last goodbye, it was very highly emotional. And yeah, you can see it in their face that sure, it's acting, but you don't have to reach far for that sort of emotion. because they did start together and
Yeah.
leaving, and overall, it did. You can definitely see it on the screen. And I will add, there was a bit of even Brian finding out that they did go back in time, and you can find it on YouTube. They didn't get to film it, but there is an animatic of Brian actually finding out and realizing what has happened, and their life was fulfilled. Really, we're living a nice life, and so we could have had one more with Brian, but unfortunately, it was previous episode. So so next era with 11th Doctor.
Era.
Yeah, and this is the origin of the Doctor's glasses. Because we get to see these glasses again.
Oh, they stick around. Okay.
Yep. And every time you wear them, you can cry because they're really Amy's.
Yeah. I don't want the glasses anymore. Take them back. Get rid of them.
Don't want them.
I don't want them. No glasses for me.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right. That's enough crying. What do you reckon? Let's end it there. Yeah. Okay, those are our thoughts on Doctor Who, Series 7, Episode 5, The Angels Take Manhattan. What an episode. What a farewell. It's gonna be weird next time not seeing Amy and Rory by the Doctor's side, but, you know, it's the passing of the torch, the changing of the season, the changing of the guard. It's new and exciting adventures ahead, so I'm looking forward to it. It's almost Christmas, regardless.
And it really is, too.
It is, yeah. It's kind of fitting, yes. But until then, that's the show. That's Popcorn Culture. Talking Who is done and dusted. We're out of here. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. And that was a podcast called Fred. Remember to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Blue Sky for the latest Fred content.
If you'd like to listen to Fred the Alien, you can find us on SoundCloud, Spotify, or Apple Podcasts.
If you'd like to watch Fred the Alien, you can head on over to youtube.com/Fred the Alien Productions. And if you're watching us right now, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon to be notified of future content. And if you're watching us live over on Twitch, make sure to give us a follow on the way out, twitch.tv/Fred the Alien Twitch.
Yes, I've been a Kendall Richardson.
I've been a Fulya and
And I've been touched by a weeping angel, a Michael Lister.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, they really put the weeping in this episode, didn't they?
and that was a podcast.
And you just experienced.
and you just experienced.
I'm so sad I can't pronounce right.
Podcast
called Fred.
Oh, Fred.
Yeah.
Remember your lines, Kendall. Not beef. Remember your lines.
Remember, Freddy lives, Loki dies, the Doctor is in, and let's get out of here, please. And there's no time for Firefly. Again, no time for Firefly because I have to watch Pubis. 4 episodes of Pubis.
Make sure to look after yourself and your mental health, everybody.
Yes, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Laters, Gators,
and...
scene.
Scene.